Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. This would be the Jeff Cameron Show right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio. Good day to you, sir. Good day, ma'am. And all of you listening, thanks. We appreciate it. I mean that. I'm Jeff. That's Tom. We're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. That's where you go to listen live via the streaming free. Always don't miss anything. Sometimes miss things. When that happens, you say, damn it, I missed it. But then you go, oh, that's all right. Those guys put all 3 hours up there upon the conclusion of the program where I can find it on iTunes or in my own audio vault or their audio vault, which is now mine. Click. Email the show if you like, jcs at 979espnradio.com. On Twitter, it's at jcameron show. WTSM app, good for your mobile devices always. So if you're having a problem with terrestrial radio for any reason, damn you, Tropos, then you just download that WTSM app and go, oh, yeah, I don't have to deal with this nonsense. You're good. But I think it was fine today. I was listening to the station here, and it sounded great, crisp and clear, perfect in my radio in the car. It was beautiful. I was like, listen to this radio here.
How's that car treating you, buddy?
Oh, it's crappy. I'm getting my car fixed. Of course, nothing compared to my Kraft Nissan Pathfinder fully loaded as it is. But, you know, I got the wheels, so you're going to do what you're going to do. Got to get around, got to get to work, got to go to work. I've had some days off. People lament that. They get upset with me. It's good to be wanted. I like when people get that angry about your day off because it beats the alternative. You know, now I'd like people to be more sensible about it, but when they get really angry, it's funny. It makes me laugh. People will send me stuff. They go, did you see this? This guy hates your guts because he loves you so much. You're taking days he doesn't have. You're reminding him his job sucks compared to yours anyhow.
My goodness, is that the Kermit the Frog? But that's none of my business. Because you just sipped on the Pittsburgh Pirates mug for those watching on video.
On YouTube.
Yeah, but I'll get you the explanation for those of you on radio. He just said that, sat back in his chair, and sipped on his Pittsburgh Pirates mug as though he was Kermit the Frog sipping iced tea.
I've been known to sip a cup of coffee on the air out of my Pittsburgh Pirates mug, even after they get swept by the Atlanta Braves.
But that's none of your
It's
business.
none of your business. Oh, man, how about Urban Meyer? How about Ohio State? How about we just say, screw it all, it doesn't matter. Short of murder, we'll find a way to keep you. Just say and do whatever you want. Just float it out there. It doesn't really matter. It was awesome. We got gifted a new excuse that is impenetrable. You cannot screw with that excuse. I forget stuff. I'm on medication. What do you want from me? Okay, we're done here. That is a beaut. That's better than any of the others over the years that we've witnessed. That, the JCS PR firm over the years, we thought, that's a good one. No, that's not good. Probably should have just gone with the straightforward, screwed this up a little bit. On that note, before we get into the details of the lunacy that Ohio State submitted yesterday for all of us to chuckle about, would it have been worse? I thought about this, and I looked at the 23 pages and read everything that was in there and laughed about it. I especially laughed at we learned Coach Meyer has sometimes had significant memory issues in other situations where he had prior extensive knowledge of events. That quote alone is fantastic. Like, they're acknowledging he had extensive knowledge of something, but then had memory issues. That's great.
What's incredible is I think it was in that same room. Maybe it's not a safe assumption, but what would that be? About 5 years ago that somebody in that room said the mistakes I've made are unfortunate?
Yeah. An all-time good one, right?
Not to be, well, it was outdone 5 years later by this guy.
Oh, this is as good as it gets. That report highlights, for lack of a better term, innumerable litany of missteps, multiple domestic violence allegations, amongst other things, deleting texts and forgetting and you name it. I mean, it's all in there, and it was presented as if we were supposed to go, oh, well, okay, in that case.
I can see how you came to this conclusion that a 3-game suspension is sufficient.
What I don't get, though, is, I mean, if you're going to do that, you should have just said, look, guys, here's the deal. It's reprehensible what occurred here. Clearly, our athletic director and our head football coach cared a lot more about not rocking the apple cart or upsetting the status quo and winning football games than they did about this woman or women in general, or certainly insulting your intelligence. But it's come to light, and it's very upsetting. And we're going to fine him $1 million and suspend him for 6 games. But he is a damn fine football coach who wins a lot, and we didn't want to fire him, so we're not. Have a good night. They could have done that, and it would have been better than what they presented yesterday. Literally, that would have been better. Guys, it's horrible. It's everything you think it is. We're aware that it's awful, and we really wish it hadn't happened because we've got egg on our face now, and this is reprehensible. But you must admit he is a very good football coach, so we're going to keep him around, and you're going to make fun of us, and you're going to point to the hypocrisy and everything else, and we get that. But my man does win a lot of games, and we're betting that you're going to forget about some of the details, some of the unsavory details of this situation in about 2 years, especially if we continue to win a lot of football games.
Call me naive here, and I guess I am. But I thought, given Ohio State's history as a university and athletic department, that if they found something like this, because the report actually, I think, is kind of honest where else, everybody isn't in their presentation. Not the findings or the conclusions, but the facts. I mean, wouldn't you try to cover this up? I mean, wouldn't you?
It shows me that there were certain things that they could not hide, that there was overwhelming evidence of, and that it could not be swept under the rug. So they had to cop to it and then try to explain it away with dumbass things like he temporarily forgets things.
Right. Okay. So
on medication.
They fired a legend because he went nuts decades ago. And then in the last decade, they fired the sweater vest who had a clean image for lying to the NCAA. I thought that was enough precedent to suggest that Ohio State was above behavior like this.
He wins at a 90% clip, man. That's what that is.
Apparently. Yes, there's a threshold. Because Jim Tressel was successful at an impressive clip himself.
Well, I laughed, and I think I may have texted you that I thought upon him keeping his job in the wake of all that we learned in the report, I thought, well, Jim Tressel must have been a monster. I mean, my God, what did Jim Tressel do to warrant being fired at Ohio State that this didn't? I mean, what would have had to have happened there? Was he killing puppies behind the scenes? Did they bust him in addition to lying to the NCAA, just going on a ruthless manhunt for, like, domestic house cats and stuff? What was he doing? Like, well, now, sir, it's one thing to lie to the NCAA and to ignore the selling of jerseys so that kids can get tattoos, but you've been killing Mary's cats, and we just can't have this. We're going to have to let you go. Like, what happened that Jim Tressel, well, that's it. We got to fire you. But I win a lot.
Jim Tressel won at an 81% clip. So I guess we now know.
Ain't good enough, baby.
Empirically speaking, you got to get closer to 90 than 81%.
Not good enough. You got to win around 90% of your games, and then we'll figure out a way to swallow, as ugly as it may be, internalize, and understand how we're going to wear a beating nationally and forever forsake the reputation of our fine university. The facts of this case. That's what we'll do if you win at about a 90% clip.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll even one better. It's a 82.8% if you put back the vacated victory.
For Tressel.
Not
good enough, Tom Lang.
So
We've said around these parts for years, 90%, you can pretty much do anything.
So it legitimately is the 90% rule.
That's the rule. I will say this. It struck me just how genuinely kind and empathetic Urban Meyer was to the situation during his apology. It was fairly obvious that he had great feelings and sadness, profound as they were, for Courtney Smith and others involved in this situation. You could just tell that's a guy that cares deeply about Zach and his family and her and women in general. I mean, it was just so authentic.
We've long known, if you get a chance to work behind the curtain, that Urban Meyer is human garbage.
Yeah.
But what I'm happy about yesterday's proceedings, the fact that they happened the way they did, it allows the world to not ignore that anymore about Urban Meyer. ESPN especially was in a state of denial about who Urban Meyer was. You can no longer ignore that in good faith. Yesterday's proceedings, especially when he was asked about Courtney Smith, and his response in that moment of, do you have a message for Courtney Smith, was, I'm just sorry we're in the situation
we're in this situation.
Yeah.
He might as well have said, screw you.
That's what he did say.
I know, but it would have just been better if he went straight to it instead of, parsing. Just say, listen here, I hate that lady. I'm miserable as I sit here today because of her. If she could have just taken that abuse and shut the hell up about it, we wouldn't be having to have this press conference. Now I got to be made the fool. You guys are looking at me. I got to answer these questions. I got great disdain for all of you. I'm bigger than each and every one of you. You know that and I know that. I'm in a boys' club, and I'm a rich boy, and you ought to leave me alone. But now I got to read from this prepared statement and pretend like I give a damn, and I'm not good at it, as you can tell. That's what I mean. There you go.
Yeah, he's not good at reading, is he? He's pretty bad.
Ridiculous.
Well, he also intentionally gave off that he did not care. If he really, you could play that like a Patino or a Calipari and, summon up some tears, look into the camera, play that if you want to do it. He didn't. He half-heartedly read that thing, motored through it, and sat the hell down.
Did you watch him plow out of the building when it was over?
Yes.
And how others were reaching out to pat him on the back, and he would have none of it because he was beside himself, and those people are beneath him in his mind, and he holds great disdain for all involved in this process for having embarrassed him because he knows now that his reputation is forever shot. There is no getting that back. It is gone. For a guy who purports to live by these certain principles and guidelines that every program should be well aware of and be made to follow.
Well, and also note, we don't have to throw the word allegedly around anymore because the way Urban Meyer delivered his statement says, I didn't know what was going on with Zach. So now he's willing to admit that something was going on. So forget it if it's about abuse, stalking, lewd behavior, whatever it is. He is willing to admit.
There's some good ones in there, by the way.
Yeah, well, he rolled Zach. So he was willing to roll him. And because remember, when Zach was talking to Dan Murphy the day before you spoke to Dan Murphy on Sirius XM, it sounded like they were working together towards a combined resolution. Urban said, the hell with that. If I need to roll Zach, I'm going to roll Zach. So we don't need to worry about the word allegedly here in this circumstance. He had an opportunity to speak up for the cause, and what did he do? He said, I'm sorry, we're all in the situation we're in. Human garbage, and everybody got to see it.
Yeah, and I think it's just confirmation for what we suspected and knew and witnessed. Certainly those of us in the state of Florida that watched the way things played out at the University of Florida after Time to Die, Bitch, and everything else that went down, were well aware of this. By the way, that's a quote from a Chris Rainey.
Right, Chris Rainey text to his girl, and that was when we could joke in those times that Urban Meyer values laptops over women because he dismissed Cam Newton for stealing laptops and allowed Chris Rainey to play against the Knowles in 2010.
After threatening to kill her.
After threatening to kill his girlfriend,
yeah.
Yes.
Amongst a myriad of other situations that we're all well aware of. So much so that a guy that won 2 national championships is loathed by the university for which he won. I mean, the fans of the University of Florida don't like Urban Meyer, by and large, because they had to come around to the idea that the guy's a terrible human being. Listen, it's sad on a lot of levels. We get that. You don't need me to soapbox this and moralize. It's self-evident. If you can read, if you have any ounce of observance to you in what went on with Ohio State, then you're well aware. I think the steps to which Ohio State went in order to preserve his job and to dupe the media yesterday probably shocked a lot of us because the university failed to share copies of the report, which is only 23 pages long. They failed to share it before the press conference because they knew there would be follow-up questions when people read what it revealed, which was, in many ways, criminal and abhorrent. So, that is an active stance. That is a university deciding we're going to do the best we can to move forward and basically suffer the fewest amount of consequences, at least within the realm of this press conference tonight, despite announcing what we have found. We don't want to deal with this.
And independent of a he said or she said type situation, which this could be when it comes down to charges, they did allege that it was a false report. I believe Mary Jo White said that it was a false report that Brett McMurphy released about an arrest, where Brett McMurphy has documentation saying that there was an arrest made, but then the report was changed
yes.
years later by the local police department. You've got corruption here potentially.
Oh, no, you have corruption here, period.
But tangled between law enforcement and the university. That's a serious damn deal.
That's a serious damn deal that's been alleged at a lot of places. It was alleged here.
But nobody of Mary Jo White, the president, the athletic director, Urban Meyer, mentioned Courtney Smith without being asked a question. That's something. If you're willing to roll Zach Smith and mention him by name and then not bring up the alleged victim in this particular circumstance.
And have great disdain for her when her name is mentioned in the form of a question.
Right. It's one thing for human garbage Urban Meyer to do that. But if you're Gene Smith or President Drake or Mary Jo White, who was commissioned to do this job from a position of neutrality, or so we thought until she got up and spoke last night, I mean, that is as disgusting as it gets.
Mary Jo White, to offer up the investigative report, quote, "We learned Coach Meyer has sometimes had significant memory loss issues in other situations where he had prior extensive knowledge of events. He has also periodically taken medicine that negatively impairs his memory, concentration, and focus." Okay. Well, that's a doozy. You can't break through that one, buddy. It's a miracle they win football games. How in the world does it happen? How does he know where he is from day to day? It is incredibly convenient. You know, you think back to the, I can think all the way back to the Iran-Contra affair, and I can remember Reagan saying he didn't remember repeatedly when asked questions on the stand. It was always great. You're like, oh, really? You don't remember? Oh, that's a good one. Arms deals. I don't recall.
Right. So if you can't remember where you are or specific details day to day,
you're probably not in a situation where you should be leading.
Yeah, you shouldn't be the coach of this program.
Yeah.
You're not mentally fit to handle it.
Yeah, that's your fallback there. I don't remember. It happens. It happens, you know. I'm on medication. What do you want me to do?
They knew about this for 3 years. Don't lose that fact. That Gene Smith apparently heard about it first. I don't know if that's true, but he's willing to go with that. That he was the first one to know about the Zach Smith incident, and then he told Urban Meyer. That's the story, and they're sticking to it clearly because Gene even spoke up for Urban when there was a question directed at both. He said, let me handle this first. Gene is clearly falling on the sword, and we were right to suspect there was a reason he wasn't saying word one about this situation to begin with.
No, they were setting him up to do so all along. One thing also to note here is, you know, I think when it first came out, we did ask the question because I've always wondered this. Is Zach Smith the greatest assistant coach in the history of college football? He'd have to be, to keep him on to the extent that they did and to ignore the transgressions as they did for the amount of time that they did. Is Zach Smith not just a walking genius, a recruiting god, a receiver coach for the ages? He would have to be, because Meyer did know of the arrest in 2009. He knew Smith was at a strip club. He knew he changed his morality clause after it. He knew about the 2015 incident. He knew about Zach's job performance, which suffered in 2015 and 16 as he was going through drug treatment. He knew all of these things, and he didn't get fired?
Well, he was willing to admit that he let his heart get in the way, but then he also said, I really didn't know many details about Zach's life.
I just didn't know Zach.
I knew about his work.
I knew him professionally. If we'd only known more. If we had just known more. But what I just laid out is what he did know, documented. Well, but, you know.
Well, and here's the thing. You know, I don't know a whole lot about law the way a lawyer would, but I do know enough in studying some courses in media law. Malice is important. Like, if you can prove malice, right? And if they have proof, which they do, and it's produced in this report, that Urban Meyer was actively looking to delete text messages that were a year or older in his phone.
He did. He asked a staffer to help him do that.
Right.
Then they did do that. They returned the phone back to him with those deleted text messages.
How can I program my phone to get rid of text messages that are a year or older?
Yeah, which is awesome. And it's in the report.
That is malice, man. That is an attempt to deceive. And yet, the committee was willing, Mary Jo White, to get on the podium and say in her closing remarks, especially at Media Day, now she's speaking about Media Day, that Urban Meyer did not intend to mislead the media?
Oh, no. What she said was we couldn't tell if that was a coincidence or not. She said that earlier, too, that they couldn't tell if that was a coincidence, the deleted text messages, if it just happened to coincide or did he just want to, free up some space.
Right.
That was the doozy that I love too. I'm like, things get bogged down.
And she was willing to go so far as to say that they were impressed with his commitment to respecting women as a core value, as a part of his program. Wow. How big a sack of cash do you have to take as somebody who's headed the Securities and Exchange Commission and has been the first woman to do this or that in her life up to the point where she was appointed to that role? How big does the cash stack have to be for you to walk out there and speak before the media as somebody who's not involved with Ohio State in any way? You don't have any skin in the game. Why would you vouch for them?
Well, and for people who don't know, how did we arrive to this place? What was at the root of all this? Because these kinds of absurd scandals happen frequently amongst the rich and powerful, whether it's in government or in cases like this, big-time college athletics, professional sports, you name it. It goes on all the time. We get that. And when you get into the sort of details of these kinds of things, you're often left just absolutely crestfallen, saddened that grown men, people with intelligence, degrees, learned men, make these decisions and suffer zero consequences for them and proceed and as if nothing's wrong, and they sleep comfortably at night. You wonder how that's possible. But you have to go back usually much further to find what would be at the root of that. And it all stems from the fact that Urban Meyer felt very, very close to Coach Bruce and felt he owed him a debt. Earl Bruce got fired in the late 80s at Ohio State. And Urban Meyer was a graduate assistant. And so he owed him, he felt like. And so he then did a favor because this is his grandson. And the same way he got into the business, he was helping this grandson get into the business because he felt a debt, eternal debt apparently, to Earl Bruce. And so all of this then is the behavior born from that, to ignore those transgressions, the god-awful behavior, the crimes, all was a tip of the cap, a sense of gratitude towards Earl Bruce. And, you know, that kind of loyalty is not admirable. Loyalty is, by and large, but not when it's to this degree or to the kinds of things that we saw transpire here. And I always wonder how that happens. I mean, some of it's money that clouds the vision, I suppose. Some of it's power, some of it's influence. But, I mean, at what point did Urban Meyer have to ask himself, because I wonder this aloud, how much is enough? I mean, what more? After the 2009 incident, I would have thought, okay, here's the deal, man. Let's just say that I'm Urban Meyer for a second, and somehow I'm going to ignore the nastiness of the 2009 incident and say, it was a different climate, different time. You guys get counseling. Okay, whatever that might be, right? You pull him aside and say, hey, man, now I get who you are. And believe me, I loved your granddad dearly. And he gave me a start in this business, which I'll be forever grateful. But you so much as ever touch her again, and that is your ass. I can't have it. I'm not getting brought down by you. It's never going to happen. So move forward, caution. How did that not occur? How did just the continuation of that behavior happen time and again to his knowledge and him not decide, well, I've got to cut ties here. I've done everything I can.
Or he could just say, you know, and you're supposing he's a half human, but if he were fully human, he could just say, sir, I'm going to the police.
Right. No, I'm trying to.
Your grandfather lobbied along with people who are close to me. They lobbied in 2009 to get her to drop charges. Okay? So your strike is gone.
It's gone. It's over.
You so much as breathe
but that's
the wrong
what I'm
way.
saying.
I am going to the police.
I'm trying to think of a scenario by which the incredible loyalty and love you have for an individual could cloud your vision to this extent. It does happen. We do know that. We do explain away family members' mistakes and problems and poor decisions because we love them. Because we love them and we want and this is a nation that gives second and third chances. We're all for that. So okay, fine. But at no point subsequently post 2009 he didn't think, well, you know what?
Right.
Freaking hey, man, I don't owe this guy my livelihood.
Well, and you know what? Here's reality too. Relationships like these, because it's not pretty both ways, they can be really complicated and volatile, and the two parties aren't good for each other, but for some reason they stay together.
Right,
I mean, that's the real life factor of it. But at some point, if you know enough about something, you've got to step up and make a decision.
Well, you're a leader of men, of course.
Exactly
you do.
Right.
Yeah, you have to say, I can't abide by this any longer. I won't
no
do
angel, but I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
At some point, the fact that
no.
she's no angel doesn't mean a damn thing compared to these bruises I'm seeing, or that you're sending my wife. Are you kidding me? She's sending these photos to my wife.
It's startling. It's hard to figure, man, and it's not something that I thought Ohio State would ignore, which they largely are now. I thought that would be the end for him, and it's not even so much that I'm indifferent about Ohio State. I don't care. I don't like they're not a rival. I don't come at it from an angle. I don't really care what Ohio State does or doesn't do. It's just a bit about what's right and what's wrong in that situation based on the evidence that you have, and so it's awfully difficult to arrive at the place where the institution itself would decide, we care more about a football coach than we do anything else.
Ohio State, to me, especially the fans, they could be pompous, the Ohio State kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they're not all like that. I mean, I know plenty of Ohio State fans that are good people and who are probably appalled today.
Sure, but it's like anything else. It's like a Yankee fan or something. There's a lot of Yankee fans you're like, oh, my God, get over yourself type of thing.
Right, yeah.
And so I'm annoyed by that. The way the university promotes itself is it's this otherworldly institution, and that really annoys me. But at the same time, I did think it had more integrity than this. I honestly did.
I would think anyway.
History suggested it did.
Well, yeah. But with Tressel, again, they had a show cause and he lied to the NCAA. And so they looked at that as we have no choice. You're going to be fired. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, but Terrell got suspended for more games than Urban did.
Yeah, I know.
T. Peasy got suspended for 5.
My man T. Peasy selling a jersey and getting a tattoo.
A.J. Green got 4.
For selling a jersey, yeah. Like, I don't agree with utilizing, like what you'll see today, a lot of people will point out all the players that got suspended for less time or more time than Urban did. But in a lot of those cases, those guys broke the law. You can't do that. It's not one and the same. But the guys who, like a jersey or something like that, come on, man. Yeah, I know. This is, I guess it's in some regards not surprising. In others, it's well, yeah, you're appalled, but it's also something that I think we all could have safely guessed might happen when it was taking the amount of time that it did, and we were hearing not one peep from the athletic director during the entire process. I mean, you were figuring at that point they were trying to devise a way to keep him.
My thought was what they were deciding is who's going to be fired. Is it athletic director or
him
coach?
Or the athletic director?
Instead, they suspend both and put them next to each other and have them conduct a sham of a Q&A session.
That press conference will be rerun on a loop.
That's not what you do.
That's not what you do. The Jeff Cameron Show PR firm will take that footage and we will use it at this year's getaway in Hawaii as we sit down. Now, everybody, I think we're all well aware of what transpired this past year.
That's not what you do.
That is not what you do. Look at his face. Look at the disdain he has on his face for these reporters who dare ask him a question about his questionable behavior in this case.
He doesn't even think he should be suspended.
Oh, of course not. He's furious. He's furious. Let's get to FSU. Let's get to some good stuff. Let's move on from this temporarily, shall we? It's Jeff Cameron Show 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
No further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
Touchdown FSU!
The 2018 Seminoles football home opener versus Virginia Tech is approaching fast. Single game tickets are on sale now. Be there to witness the fastest offense we have seen in garnet and gold. And fittingly, be present to see Peter Warrick join FSU royalty as his jersey gets retired against the familiar foe. Tickets start at $65, and you can pick your exact seat on Seminoles.com. Get yours today. Do something and be there September 3rd in Doak Campbell Stadium.
Touchdown FSU! Touchdown Florida State!
Are you tired of getting the same two-piece kits? Cornerstone Tool & Fastener in DeWalt have your answer. Buy a quarter-inch 3-speed impact kit with two 4-amp-hour batteries and receive a free quarter-inch 3-speed impact kit. That's correct. You get two DeWalt 3-speed impact kits for the price of one, only at Cornerstone Tool & Fastener. While you're there, check out the power of freedom. FlexVolt 60-volt tools from chainsaws to string trimmers, blowers, and even compressors. Cornerstone has the largest DeWalt selection in Tallahassee, 1110 Stuckey Ave and 3269 Crawfordville Highway. Tallahassee location open on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's makes sure pros are always up to speed on the latest opportunities to save big. Like right now, the final days of getting up to 40% off select bath products. Plus, save time by ordering ahead online, and your order will be ready for pickup at our Pro Desk. Stop by or visit Lowe'sForPros.com for details. So, Pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. Offer valid through August 29 while supplies last. See store for details.
Are you tired of getting the same two-piece kits? Cornerstone Tool & Fastener in DeWalt have your answer. Buy a quarter-inch 3-speed impact kit with two 4-amp-hour batteries and receive a free quarter-inch 3-speed impact kit. That's correct. You get two DeWalt 3-speed impact kits for the price of one, only at Cornerstone Tool & Fastener. While you're there, check out the power of freedom. FlexVolt 60-volt tools from chainsaws to string trimmers, blowers, and even compressors. Cornerstone has the largest DeWalt selection in Tallahassee, 1110 Stuckey Ave and 3269 Crawfordville Highway. Tallahassee location open on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon.
Napa know-how. Car parts are filthy. Heck, seems like even looking at a car can stain your shirt. Luckily, Gunk Engine Degreaser is on sale for $3.99 plus $4 mail-in rebate, which is basically free. So get the cleaning power you need with Gunk Engine Degreaser. Now just $3.99 plus $4 mail-in rebate. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 8/31/18.
The Jeff Cameron Show is on the road. This Friday, August the 24th from 3 to 6 p.m., we'll be at the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachia Parkway for a Welcome Back Football Jeff Cameron Show. The season gets started on Saturday the 25th right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio, and the Corner Pocket wants to get the action going on Friday with happy hour specials and Tom and the Cats taking the stage at 9 p.m. It's the Jeff Cameron Show on the road this Friday, August the 24th at the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill from 3 to 6 p.m. We'll see you there.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Fan Retreat. Go to fanretreat.com. They've got a code for you today. Go Noles 18. It's only today. $25 off. What the hell? Do you get $25 off the tickets and all that good stuff,
Yeah,
Tom?
if you're looking for Florida State, Virginia Tech tickets, they're doing a flash sale as a thank you. And
flash sale.
A preemptive, hey guys, we'll see you next Sunday. We're the sponsors of Libations Friday Fest Sunday edition. So why not enjoy another spoil of ours? $25 off your purchase of Florida State Virginia Tech tickets. Use code GONOLES18 at checkout.
Way to go, Fan Retreat. That's how you guys kick ass. FanRetreat.com, $25 off. What's that code again? GONOLES18? You're damn right it is. GONOLES18. Well, I think we're getting close to naming a starting quarterback here at Florida State University for the first game against the aforementioned Virginia Tech Hokies. But I also think that nobody's clearly won that job, and thus it drags on a little bit. And you get comments like this. Willie Taggart asked about the quarterbacks yesterday. Audio from warchant.com. Go!
Was there a kicker competition?
Oh, yeah. Quarterbacks, again, it's no different than what it was, Monday? I said that, Sunday, whenever. Guys are still going at it. I thought all three had a really good practice yesterday. So again, they're coming along. We're gonna make some decisions, and when we do, we're gonna let you all know. I promise.
It says to me that they haven't had somebody take the job, win the job, run away with it, go hide with it, make it easy. It hasn't been easy because nobody's dominating these practices, not for a sustained period of time. What's happening is everybody's taking turns looking pretty good. One is slightly ahead of the other two. It's going to be enough to tab that individual, the starting quarterback, but nobody has decided to win this job going away and make it all the much easier on these coaches. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. Again, I think the strength of that position isn't its elite level high-end talent. It's its depth of experience. So to me, that thing is what it is, for lack of a better term, and I don't like using that anymore because it's overused. But in this case, that's true. I think here's the deal. We're not elite at quarterback. We don't suck at quarterback. We got plenty of experience at quarterback, though, and that matters too.
Yeah, guys, everybody has their ups and downs. Some guy has more ups right now, but we want to make sure that that's the guy we like. I'll let you know when we know, but we want to have something installed. Willie did go on to say a little bit later, 2 questions later, I think it was, that we want to get somebody extensive work with the ones.
Well, you need to. I remember way back when covering quarterback competitions and saying, well, ideally, coaches want somebody to step forward and grab that sucker, win that job, make it obvious so that they could go and give them the added reps necessary to be aptly prepared for a big-time college football game in your debut. It's important, but if it doesn't happen, you can't say that it did. You can't pretend you're not witnessing a nip-and-tuck competition throughout the week. I think one of the other things that's happened here is that the guy that has shown flashes enough to be the one considered the leader in the clubhouse currently is also the same guy that just at the moment that they want to announce it and move forward has a bad day. And they go, well, ain't that something? Took a big step back today. Can't sustain that, can you? Which I think in a nutshell will be the quarterback performance frequently.
Which leads to a logical follow-up question, which is when they make the decision on who's the starting quarterback, is this going to be a week-to-week proposition?
I hope not, but it could be because it is a unique scenario by which you have 2 individuals who've started an entire season, played big games on the road against elite competition. On the one hand, boy, is that nice to have in your back pocket. It sure is nice to know that if I get midway through the road game against Syracuse and somebody's just having an off day and we're now down 2 scores because Syracuse has a powerful offense and I don't have time to wait, we got to step on the gas, get a couple of stops, put the ball in the end zone, I can sit his ass. I can turn and say, I'm sorry, you need to sit and think about this for a second. We're going to go over the film with you. Going to talk to you a little bit about what we're seeing here formationally, but you're struggling, so I'm going with the other guy. See if we can get him going here. It's nice to have that, but ideally, you would like to find a guy that wins the job, stick with him, and have him have a fun campaign.
I think that's the goal for every coach, is everything is defined nice and neat. But I wonder, even if DeAndre's named or James is named, I mean, what would you handicap it at right now? 75%, 80% DeAndre is going to be named the starting quarterback? Is that too strong?
No, I think that's right. I think if you said right now, what would surprise you most? If on Friday, Willie Taggart came out and announced that they were ready to tell everybody, the assembled press, who the starting quarterback is, and it is James Blackman, we would go, what? What in the world? That's I don't know what to think about that, but I think we would. I think we'd go, well, that is something.
I'd go, whoa, okay. I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I'd say, okay, all right, we're rolling with James Blackman.
But I'll tell you what, our fan base would be.
Yes, they would.
They don't believe it, man. They don't believe in that kid. And even when you present to them overwhelming evidence that kid got screwed by Jimbo Fisher and the previous staff, it doesn't matter. They saw it, as I like to say, losses happen for a reason, and they saw a kid who at times was terribly inaccurate, certainly went through pockets of games in which he struggled mightily. And when you say he was a true freshman that had been on campus for 3 weeks, was behind a sieve for an offensive line, was never expected to play, and got thrown to the Wolves, they go, well, he's 150 pounds. That's what they say.
That's a decent comeback, though. That really is kind of a decent comeback.
Well, I'm used to hearing it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying that's how that works. And
he beat Joe Lewis's ass.
Joe Lewis, 152 years old. Yeah, so it's, again, that's what happens. That's the response, and you kind of go, well, yeah. And also, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and it doesn't necessarily mean he can't perform because he had games in which he did, even though this was the case. When they tell me that he has gained 20 pounds, James Blackman that is, or 15 pounds, I go, that's just not true. You're like Urban Meyer in this investigatory committee. You're just making stuff up and expecting me to believe that. You're just like, oh, here's what happened. No, I'm looking at him. I'm telling you now that dude hasn't gained a pound. Oh, no, that's not true. He's 285 pounds. No, he's not. That dude is exactly the same as he was last year. It's just not true. Your eyes are deceiving you. I'm telling you, we just weighed him yesterday. In fact, moments before we came out here, we weighed him, and he's 258 pounds. It's crazy.
They would need Hubie Brown to be the hype man.
It would be awesome.
If you're James Blackman, you're 6'7", 257 pounds. No,
it's not true. But I would be surprised if he was named.
How old were you last time you weighed what James Blackman actually weighs?
What does he weigh, 175?
What do you think he actually weighs, though?
Is that what they tell us?
I think they listed at 175, 178, something like that. Even if it was 185.
He's a tall kid, so I guess he could be. I mean, I guess
he could carry 180 maybe.
I was in high school.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was a senior in high school, junior in high school, something like that. Mm-hmm. No, and there are dudes that are a lot bigger than me. So, I mean, I'm just, that's like, my man.
He's tough, though,
he
man.
Is lead. He can take a hit better than I would have sitting in that pocket at that weight.
He had ample opportunity to be broken in half last year, like a twig. And yet...
Oh, he always got up, man.
He got right back up.
The hits, plural, in the Clemson game in the first half. Good Christ, man. I thought he was dead. I was doing our clip. I was yelling, "What are we doing? What is he doing?"
I watched that game with the CP.
Oh.
And there was a guy who did literally yell, "Oh, well, you killed him!
You got him killed, Jimbo! He's dead!"
Because they follow the ball and they flash back to behind there, and it's chalk outline. Those two have all the heart in the world. Whoever's starting will have immense game day heart.
You know what? You're right. We talked about having a depth of experience in big games, big moments, all that stuff. Yep, but I forgot to add hearts of warriors. Unbelievable the kind of punishment they're capable of withstanding. They've both been chalk outlines numerous times in which we all went, "Oh, good Lord, that's not right. Surely that's a penalty."
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Rogue, Maxima, and Murano on the lot, $5,000 off. And we have over 110 to choose from. And as always, all new Craft Nissans come with our exclusive lifetime warranty. And introducing our new and exclusive Craft Concierge Service. Need service, warranty work, or recall? Craft Nissan will pick up and deliver your car at your home or office. Need a loaner car? We'll bring it to you. It's Craft Nissan's new no-charge concierge service. Craft Nissan on Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco. Prices include dealer preparation charge. Must finance through NMAC with approved credit.
Here, do you need headsets?
I don't need no stinking headsets.
Well, then go. Come on, man.
All right. Hi there, Tallahassee. You know me. This is Eddie. You know, I have other restaurants in this town, Gordo's, Banditos. Well, I opened up something new. It's called Bumpa's Local 349. You may ask, what is Bumpa's Local 349? It was named after my grandfather. Bumpa. It's what we called him. Best man I ever knew. And the Local 349 was his union. And I try to bring this local flavor, this local flair of Tallahassee. I want to bring it to you, locally owned and operated. Warm, good food.
Good Lord, man, we're getting all weepy up in here. It's a cool sports pub. It's got TVs everywhere. You got every package. You got a gazillion kinds of beers and delicious food and a deck. We don't need to weep up in here. Come on, Eddie.
And we have 16 local Florida taps. Great craft beer just for you. And the best bologna sandwich you'll ever eat. It's like you just won the lotto. As Bumpa said, no matter how you cut it, it's still bologna.
Bumpa's Local 349, 2738 Capitol Circle Northeast.
Napa know-how.
Car parts are filthy. Heck, seems like even looking at a car can stain your shirt. Luckily, Gunk Engine Degreaser is on sale for $3.99 plus $4 mail-in rebate, which is basically free. So get the cleaning power you need with Gunk Engine Degreaser. Now just $3.99 plus $4 mail-in rebate. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 8/31/18.
Next summer, the Tallahassee Tomahawks, a 12U youth baseball team, is taking a once-in-a-lifetime trip to the birthplace of baseball, Cooperstown, New York. As you can imagine, a trip like that is a huge financial undertaking for the families. So if you're a business owner and would like to help by sponsoring some of the top 12U players in the Big Bend, please reach out to them for more information and sponsorship details at tomahawks19@gmail.com. That's tomahawks19@gmail.com.
Time now for your Atlanta Braves Minute. Brought to you by Fonville, Lewis, Messer, and McConaughey. Personal injury law is all they do.
Last night was the final game in a series of 3 between the Braves and the Pirates. Atlanta had won games 1 and 2, taking game 1 1-0 and winning game 2 6-1. And the Braves wasted no time getting on the board in game 2 as Ronald Acuna led off the ball game like this.
Long fly, deep left. Dickerson back on the track, looking up, gives up. It's gone for Ronald Acuna. His 20th home run of the season. A majestic shot to left.
That made it 1-0 Braves. The Pirates tied it with a run in the bottom of the 5th inning, but the Braves retook the lead in the top of the 8th inning thanks to a sacrifice fly by Freddie Freeman that drove in Adam Duvall. Atlanta carried a 2-1 lead to the 9th inning, handed it over to Johnny Vendors, who came through with a save. Julio Teheran with 7 really good innings. He picked up the win and improved to 9-7. So the Braves are now 71-55. They have a 3-game lead atop the National League East. And tonight the Braves start up a 4-game series in Miami against the Marlins. The Braves will be sending out Sean Newcomb, the left-hander, to face righty Eliezer Hernandez. First pitch will be at 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central on the Braves Radio Network. I'm Ben Ingram, and this has been your Atlanta Braves Radio Network update.
Fonville, Lewis, Messer, McConaughey sponsors Braves baseball so that all of you can enjoy the action. Ever since the days of Hank Aaron and Dale Murphy, we've been Tallahassee's home run hitting law firm. And because we don't get paid unless we win, we want to win every case as much as Chipper Jones wanted to win every game. So when you're injured, don't just trust any law firm to handle your case. Make the call to the bullpen for a trusted closer. To see our stats on the back of our baseball card, visit wrongfullyinjured.com. Fonville, Lewis, Messer, McConaughey. Personal injury law is all we do.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee. This is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
The 7th annual Jeff Cameron Show Libations Friday Fest Sunday edition. It's coming up soon, Sunday, September the 2nd, 4 to 7:30. That's right, Corner Pocket Bar and Grill, 2475 Appalachian Parkway. Going to be a good time. Free for everyone while supplies last. If you're 21 or over, you enjoy your first beer on Fan Retreat.
Those supplies will last.
All you have to do is head to fanretreat.com, sign up for a free account, join, quote-unquote, our event, which you can find on the homepage under Popular Retreats. The most popular retreat. T-shirts, courtesy of our friends at Full Press Apparel. Koozies, courtesy of B&B Sporting Goods. The Crown Royal team will be there. They'll say, would you like a sample of Crown? One ticket to end of the night raffle prize time for all of you who make it out. Good times. Garnet and gold on the prize list with the 2018 Nike FSU Coaches Polo. Garnet and gold again. 2018 authentic FSU football jersey. Klarn Country Club. Thanks, Klarn. Round of golf for 4. 2 of those. I'm responsible for picking those up, and I sometimes fail to do so. It may be a while before you play. Bumpa's Local, 3494, $25 gift cards there. Did I lose the rest of this? What else do we got here? Butch Bundy, my man, PGA professional. Just a genuinely good guy and an ass-kicking instructor.
That is true.
30-minute private golf lesson, value of $4,000. Warchant.com, 1-year subscription. Craft beer giveaways by the 6-pack from our friends at Cigar City and Oscar Blues. Bill does a good job with Frequency XP, fitness assessment, and 4 free guided workout packages. Games for Less, Metro Deli, The Deck Pizza Pub, Corner Pocket Bar and Grill, food galore, right? We got all of it.
We got lots of killer prizes, folks. Touchdown Cowboys.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And the best part is when it's all said and done and all of the handshaking and beer swigging is done for the
baby
event itself.
kissing, yeah.
That's right, 7:30 p.m. The speakers, they turn to LSU Miami, and we're watching college football together.
Chris writes, in reply to something I said last night on Twitter, Odd Shark posted a tweet in which it said, it may be time for Bucs fans to get nervous as Dirk Cutter is the new favorite to be the first head coach fired in the NFL this season. I quote tweeted it and said, or celebrate, because I'm not a big Dirk Cutter guy. I think he's scared. I think he coaches scared. I don't think he's on the same page with an all-pro quarterback. I think he's annoying with the timidity that he features on a weekly basis.
It would appear that the progress Jameis Winston exhibited in the last handful, 6 games of the regular season last year, has carried over, if not accelerated, to at least what we can see in the preseason. Dude is doing quite well.
It's annoying, man, because he's been brilliant, and even if it has been preseason, all the indicators are there that he's in the best shape of his life, that he's focused, sober, ready to play at an elite level and assume responsibility, to which we asked him to do a little bit sooner than now, but he's ready to go, and yet he's suspended for 3 games, so that's what you get. But having said all that, when he returns, I need my coach to not be, I can't say what I was going to say.
Weak-minded.
Weak-minded is the right way to go about that, yeah. But Chris wants to know, and who are they going to get that's better? Gruden? Guess not. Well, I don't want Gruden. I never wanted Gruden. I've said that.
Gruden play caller, good. Gruden everything else, not so good.
Yeah, right. That's the problem. But I can't deal with another year of this timidity. It's the worst.
Well, he's trying to be gruff now.
Whatever. He doesn't know. He can't be himself. That's the... Hour number 2, forthcoming. Stay with.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
The 2018 Seminoles football home opener versus Virginia Tech is approaching fast. Single game tickets are on sale now. Be there to witness the fastest offense we have seen in Garnet and Gold. And fittingly, be present to see Peter Warwick join FSU royalty as his jersey gets retired against the familiar foe. Tickets start at $65, and you can pick your exact seat on Seminoles.com. Get yours today. Do something and be there September 3rd in Doak Campbell Stadium.
Touchdown FSU! Touchdown Florida State!
The vast majority of us push through aches and pains that tend to get worse as months and years go by, but it doesn't have to be this way. I'm Dr. Rob, and at HealthSource Chiropractic of Tallahassee, we use evidence-based, proven methods to get to the cause of your aches and pains before they become real problems that force you to miss out on important things in your life, like playing with your kids or grandkids, throwing a frisbee at the park, swinging a golf club, or simply enjoying the game on those hard benches at the ball field. Call HealthSource Chiropractic today at 877-8980.
The Bucks play here.
Pass to the left side. It's intercepted. Picked off to the 40 outside the numbers. To the 30, 25. Bobby McClain inside the 5. Touchdown Tampa Bay.
97.9 ESPN Radio. Tallahassee's sports monster. Don't just listen to The Jeff Cameron Show. Watch it live. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Live weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com today to watch live or catch up on demand. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Brought to you by Nice Tire and Auto, your trusted Goodyear dealer.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee. This is 97.9 ESPN Radio. WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
Doing just
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee. This is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Hour number 2, Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio. I hope you're well. I am doing great. Thanks for asking. Tom's producing the program. Matthew is directing it. You're listening to it, and for that, I'm thankful. You can email the show if you like, jcs at 979espnradio.com. Find me on Twitter at jcameronshow. WTSM app, good for mobile devices. It's a good thing. Football starts on Saturday. I'm just going to keep saying it aloud. At Jay Cameron Show, at _Tom Lang. Gentlemen, do you think Zach Smith has dirt on Urban Meyer that influenced Meyer not to go to the police or properly report and react to Smith's transgressions? Hashtag a-hole. Who knows? There have been so many missteps and ill-gotten just so many ridiculous elements to that story, to what occurred at Ohio State. And last night they capped it off with that absurdity of a press conference with a report that documents the world-class piece of crap that Urban Meyer will forever be.
Hashtag a-hole.
And that's that. I mean, that's as straightforward as it gets. But again, I actually think this is not going to end well for Urban Meyer. He survived last night, but it's such an absurdity, the things that they're asking us to believe and to ignore. I think at some point the backlash, and it's pretty loud today, I don't think this one dissipates. It's hard to look at him with a straight face. The damage to the university, to the athletic department, to the football program certainly, and to his reputation appears to be irreparable. And I know that may be naive because people have done worse things over time and figured out a way to get back into the game that they love and make money doing it. But I don't know, man. That was bungled all the way around. Nobody bought that nonsense, including a number of very adamant, die-hard Ohio State fans that I saw posting, talking about this incident. A few that I happen to know. People in the media that I know. It's not just the media. It's the fans and alumni and people who care deeply about the institution that were mortified by what they rolled out there last night.
I don't know enough about President Drake to know how he typically presents himself at a press conference, so perhaps he's not really, good in the public speaking for him. But in this particular instance last night, he was all over the place, and he was clearly uncomfortable. And a lot of the things he was saying, it sounded like they came to a conclusion after 10 hours of deliberations or nearly 11. I mean, he did admit, that was one thing in the Q&A, that they did consider all options.
Yeah, I think there was division in the room.
Yeah.
I think
how could there not be?
Yeah, I think obviously there were people who were ready to move forward without Urban Meyer. I think that if you looked at this straightforward and you looked at the facts that were uncovered by this committee, you had no choice but to fire him. And I think there were probably people in that room that were left incredulous who were sitting there, wait a minute, what? We're talking about suspending him. What? No, you can't do that. And then they were met with an opposite reaction, and an argument ensued, and we went on for 10 hours and settled on this. And I'm sure it was contentious. I'm sure that there were many people left absolutely saddened, crestfallen, as I like to say, about the way things turned out.
Well, and that's what the president did say, President Drake, that not everybody was happy. You got to do what's just, which, I wonder how much he was for the decision that was made. I wonder if, high-level trustees and or money folks in the university get involved to a point where the president feels like, is this a war I want to start or just a battle I'm willing to concede? It'll be interesting. I'm sure there'll be something written about it, probably a lengthy piece, if not a book, years from now about how this all went down. especially if it's not over yet. Because you're right, the backlash on this is substantial, and I believe it to be more substantial than normal because we discussed yesterday, are you willing to take the PR hit for bringing Urban Meyer back?
Yeah.
Ohio State clearly said yes. But it's more than just a minimal PR hit. And the reason I say that, ESPN is covering this one this time aggressively. And they are allowing voices to dissent about what's going on with Urban Meyer, which is something they've never done before.
Well, I think when you look at the 23 pages and you read the PDF all of you can't help but conclude that this is absurd. That the whole thing with what they found him to know and what he did and did not act upon is all worth getting fired over, and it was a very simple solution here. You move on without Urban Meyer. Look, Ohio State's going to win. It's an elite program. It's got the cachet of the grandest of all college football institutions, just about in terms of history and its place in the larger picture of college football. I mean, I don't love Ohio State, but I understand where it's placed in the puzzle. The importance of an Ohio State or a Notre Dame or an Alabama or a Michigan or a Southern Cal, or you go on down the list, and including a Florida State, obviously. We're all well aware of where they are. And when you're a program of that ilk and you have that kind of cachet and tradition and you have that kind of commitment and infrastructure, an overused word, but true, and commitment to winning, then you're going to win. You'll find another good coach. They're out there. And so it would have been very easy, and it was the right thing to do. They should have fired him and brought in somebody else and started anew and apologized and moved forward. But they didn't do that, and now they've got egg on their face, and they're getting ripped today around all corners. Even those that were adamant supporters of Ohio State prior think this is absurd. So it's a tough one. I think more often than not, and we'll get into it again, we did so last hour and we'll do so next hour, but I think more often than not I'm struck by the inability to latch on to the simple solution here oftentimes. If you decide that you're going to keep Urban Meyer, you're going to need Urban Meyer to admit mistakes and not to see the whole process as beneath him, not to express and emote a level of disdain that's uncomfortable within the press conference. He has great hatred for those that forced him to sit up there and answer those questions. He has great hatred for those that were asking those questions. He has great hatred for Courtney Smith, the wife of Zach Smith. He has great hatred for Zach Smith. He has great hatred for Gene Smith. He's got great hatred for everybody that made him look, in his mind, he doesn't look at himself here, made him look bad, tarnished his reputation, besmirched who he was and what he represents. He could not have come across as any less sympathetic to the people involved in this case than he did last night. And it's not a good look. It wasn't good for Ohio State. It certainly wasn't good for him. But it could have been made so much easier way back when they fired Zach Smith, which was before Big Ten Media Days. You know, the Big Ten Media Days in which he lied repeatedly, 9 times to be exact, and claimed to have been caught off guard despite having to know, since he had fired him, a week and a half before, that those questions were coming.
Well, I think you need to check yourself, sir. The committee said he did not intend to mislead.
He said in his own statement to the press in the days following his suspension, paid leave, that he lied. He didn't use the word lied, but he said he lied. So we know that's poppycock, Tom Lang. Poppycock, I tell you.
Poppycock.
Hogwash. All of it. But had he just apologized, you know, I do think, again, you can own a mistake. We've all made tons of them. Sometimes you look back in your life, you think that was a horrible mistake. Never again. You know, I've got a couple of those where I just think, God, not like this. I didn't ignore somebody being abused, but nonetheless, I've made some mistakes I regret. We all do. We all have something that we go, I really could not have handled that any worse, and never again will I do that again. You know, you learn from it. It's shameful. You feel terrible about it. If you lie to your parents or something about a big deal and you get caught, and later on you look back on it and you think, well, that was wrong. I should have done that. But we all know, because we've made mistakes, obviously to varying degrees, and poor choices and those kinds of things, that we needed a second chance, man. If it weren't for second chances, you know, we wouldn't have a chance to achieve and maybe make amends for what we had done. So given that backdrop, if you step up to the mic just before Big Ten Media Days start and say, listen, I'm trying to remedy a wrong here. we've let Zach Smith go. Upon further review, I realized that I waited too long. I stuck by a guy because I was loyal to his grandfather who gave me my opportunity in this game that I'll be forever grateful for. And I did so in the wake of some pretty nasty allegations, and I'm not proud of that. I'm really sorry, in fact, and I want to take the time to apologize to everybody out there who is going to delve into this report and read into what we learned about Zach Smith in the wake of his firing. I'm proud of these kids and the way we run this program. I'm proud of this institution, and I'm proud, by and large, of the way I've behaved towards women, my wife, and others around this program in my lifetime. But I'm not proud of this moment. I'm not proud of what I ignored here, and we've let him go, and we're moving forward, and I understand that it's going to take a while for some people to forgive me, and I only hope that you will, and we can all learn from this. And as an institution, as the man, we can learn from this, and we're going to try to do better. What's so hard? I'm not saying that everybody would have gone, oh, well, in that case, but
no, you would have put some people
part,
to sleep, which is good,
Right.
You would have won some people over, which is better, and then you would have put yourself in a position where, well, okay, I mean,
I'm falling on the sword here. You can suspend me for a few games if you want, but I can move on, and there's a shred of decency left within, the view that people have of me as a coach and a man. I mean, people would say, well, geez, dude. All right, at least you did the right thing finally. I mean, I really think that's how it would have gone moving forward.
That's the silver lining here is last night the world got to see what a piece of crap Urban Meyer is, and they can't deny it anymore. You can't deny it, Bristol,
Yeah.
There it is, plain. And that was the good thing about what SportsCenter did. They got lucky there, is they patched into a feed. Clearly, they didn't have a feed ready to go for this press conference, so they patched into somebody else's work. But this was a camera that was building a lot of B-roll, which is the side stuff you see. So they zoomed in and kept the camera on Urban as the president was talking.
Oh, and he was so pissed.
He was
livid,
furious.
Again, I go back to it. It was all, you could see it wash over his face. All of this,
I shouldn't be here,
was beneath him.
Mm-hmm.
It is beneath me to have to sit here before you peons and explain myself. Do you realize who I am? What I do for this university? What I've done for the great game of college football and my place in it? That was the look on his face. These people should kiss my feet, and I got to apologize and answer questions from you idiots about something you could never know anything about. I'm a grown-ass man doing grown-ass things, making people millions of dollars, and you dare question that. It was the stand. It was all of that. You could see it on his face. It was hatred.
Yeah, and the camera was that close also for the questions about Courtney Smith and Shelley's texts, which the university has not addressed whether or not Shelley Meyer will still be employed or if she's suspended because she did not report anything. I mean, I would think she's still culpable, right? If Gene Smith and Urban Meyer are being suspended for not acting and she is an employee of the university,
right,
and she has photographic evidence of this particular incident, the discipline should be heavy-handed for her, yes?
Yeah, I would think. And nobody cares about her, but yeah, I think to that point, yeah.
Well, I want to know if Urban got off light because they can roll her.
Or did he roll her?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's important. I mean, we got to find out what lows this man will stoop to.
Oh, I think we know. He faked a heart attack and ignored all kinds of rancid behavior at the University of Florida, including people getting shot and texting girlfriends about being murdered.
A crystal can always be more crystallized.
I mean, good Lord, I think we got a pretty good handle on it.
But, I mean, he's in the league with Ryan Braun and A-Rod, right? Worse? What do you think?
Well, he's entered Ryan Braun territory for sure.
Okay.
Braun is my all-time.
He would bet his life.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Oh, God, yeah. He disparaged the integrity of this poor man that didn't do anything wrong.
Because his son was in the room.
Right.
Yeah. Because his son was going to taint the sample of Ryan Braun for performance-enhancing drugs. He would bet his life, Ryan Braun did say.
All you need to do is go back and listen to that press conference. It's an all-timer, man. Ryan Braun, he went immediately to the top there, man. That was an impressive string of lies. It's up there with Rafael Palmeiro.
But that Ryan Braun is only besmirching a reputation. Like Urban Meyer is enabling somebody to perhaps
continue to abuse.
Yeah.
But we did get introduced to the all-time defense that once it's presented cannot be penetrated. It is remarkable. I sometimes forget things, important things. I do. I forget it. But occasionally that's because also I'm on some medication, and when I take that medication, I forget everything. And I just, I don't know. What are we talking about? Why am I here? It's all-time good.
If only Paterno thought of that.
He was too far gone. He was thinking about the machine and a sandwich and a trip to the big city. He struggled.
I can't do mayonnaise anymore.
Don't forget the napkins. Look at that cricket. It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Charters are customized based upon the types of fishing opportunities available and the type of fishing the customer requests. The Northwest Gulf Coast offers a variety of different angling adventures thanks to unspoiled back county islands and crystal clear flats. For more information regarding charters, call Sea Quarters Marina at 697-8400 or online at seaquartersmarina.com.
This Day in Sports, brought to you by Superlube, 19 Tallahassee area locations. Quick, convenient, no appointment necessary. Get your history lesson weekdays at 5:30 during the Jeff Cameron Show, right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Are you tired of getting the same two-piece kits? Cornerstone Tool & Fastener in DeWalt have your answer. Buy a 1/4-inch 3-speed impact kit with 2 4-amp-hour batteries and receive a free 1/4-inch 3-speed impact kit. That's correct. You get 2 DeWalt 3-speed impact kits for the price of 1, only at Cornerstone Tool & Fastener. While you're there, check out the power of freedom. FlexVolt 60-volt tools from chainsaws to string trimmers, blowers, and even compressors. Cornerstone has the largest DeWalt selection in Tallahassee. 1110 Stuckey Ave and 3269 Crawfordville Highway. Tallahassee location open on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon. Games for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachian Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less.
That sound means only one thing. Football season is back! New coach Willie Taggart's bringing his lethal simplicity inside Doak Campbell Stadium. And now you can bring it outside with the all-new Tailgate Village. Now you can tailgate with all your friends in the shadow of Doak Campbell Stadium. Enjoy a premium tailgating space along the new Legacy Team Walk for the entire season. All you need to do is show up for the game. Let us do the work for you. Purchase your tailgate spot before they sell out by calling 850-815-0009 or emailing fsu@tailgateguys.com.
eat, sleep, fish. Mike's Marine Supply and Skeeter Boats want to get you out on the open water. They're your local Skeeter dealer, custom rigged with the Yamaha outboards. Stocked with a full line of Skeeter boats from the Bass to the Saltwater Bay Series, Skeeter has been recognized for 18 consecutive years as the leader in customer satisfaction for fiberglass outboard boats. Check in at Mike's Marine Supply for the spring specials starting soon. Located at 1296 Coastal Highway, Panacea, Florida, call Mike's Marine at 984-5637, online at mikesmarinetallahassee.com. The Jeff Cameron Show is on the road. This Friday, August the 24th from 3 to 6 p.m., we'll be at the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachia Parkway for a Welcome Back Football Jeff Cameron Show. The season gets started on Saturday the 25th right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio, and the Corner Pocket wants to get the action going on Friday with happy hour specials and Tom and the Cats taking the stage at 9 p.m. It's the Jeff Cameron Show on the road this Friday, August the 24th at the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill from 3 to 6 p.m. We'll see you there.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show. Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
At Jay Cameron Show, are you ready to label Labor Day night a Cat 5 maintain so we can get the season rolling already? Hashtag a-hole. Thanks from Lethal Simplicity.
Hashtag a-hole.
You know, Tom, I guess I have to address the question. I was thinking about doing it on game week. It's game, the first game is Saturday. But at the same time, people have asked all throughout the summer. I don't know. It does feel like it should be a Cat 5 maintain because it is a night game. It is not only a night game, you've had to wait extra time to get to it in the sense that there are games being played this weekend and next weekend before we ever get to our game. So the buildup is quite intense. And, it
got work the next day.
Yeah, but it's got work the next day. It's a little bit like the ridiculous Super Bowl Sundays, which need to be moved to Saturdays. I agree with Stu Gotts on that, have forever. But here's the thing. I mean, do you feel like it's a Cat 5? I don't know why I'm wrestling with this. It has all of the elements of a Cat 5. Work the next day, night game, lots opening up early. Willie Taggart's first game, level of enthusiasm is back after just a ho-hum, or more, I guess accurately, dreadful season. And yet it feels like a 4. Doesn't feel like a 5.
When we convene for the Cat 5 regulatory board meetings.
And I have final say at those meetings, and so it can be tough. I like to be persuaded. I like to hear the arguments.
Right, and I was just about to say and enumerate for the people that your position at the chair carries 99 votes. Mine carries 1. So whatever you decide will be the final decision. But if I was to weigh in, I'd say Virginia Tech's awful offseason has taken some of the life out of this matchup. If Virginia Tech was firing on all cylinders, kids weren't dismissed and injured, you'd have probably number 10 to number 12 in the country coming to town, a bona fide Virginia Tech team. But right now, we're feeling pretty good about our chances. And we like the fact that we're about a touchdown favorite, right? That feels like a good number.
Yeah, we're a little puffy. Our chest is puffed out. We feel good.
If it was a pick'em type game, Virginia Tech was loaded.
No question. Then it's a Cat 5 through and through. But because we are prohibitive favorites, and deservedly so, and they've had the offseason that they did, and I'll tell you the other reason. The other reason is that I did interview the man. I talked to Justin Fuente. You'll hear that interview. Next week, you'll hear that interview. Probably more than once. And you'll get to hear the fear in his voice, the concern of this program that he has, or for his program that he has, comes through in the interview. And so it was almost as if he was conceding the loss. And once you hear that, it's hard to ratchet up the intensity to a Cat 5 maintain. Again, the problem with a Cat 5 maintain declaration is that it has to encapsulate many things. The magnitude of the game, the importance that you keep it together, the hour in which it's played, the record of the other team, the part of the season in which it's played, location. All of these things are factored in.
Well, Virginia Tech does arrive to Tallahassee undefeated, sir.
So I think it's difficult. I think it's I'm going to think on it. I need the weekend. I'm going to be like the committee from Ohio State, where something seems obvious, but it needs a little vetting, a little bit of time. Maybe I'll come to the conclusion you all think necessary. Maybe not, but I'm going to need that time. I can't do it here today.
If you're going to be like the Ohio State committee, you would have declared Oklahoma 2011 a Cat 4.
I know, yeah, no.
You would have stared common sense in the face and said, nah, we're good.
At Jay Cameron Show, do you think Taggart has this team ready to deal with, say, a 10-0 Virginia Tech lead on Monday night? For the most part, this is the same team that was yucking it up after our 17th 3-and-out versus NC State last year. Is the toxic culture finally gone? Yes, I think it is gone. Yes, I think that's the one thing that has been achieved this offseason for certain. Guys are bought in. They believe they want to win, and they have heard the message loud and clear. If they lose, it won't have to do with a toxicity of culture. It will be rather they're not good enough.
Yeah, not through one game, right? I mean, if you lose 3 or 4, you might have some veterans who are just saying, all right, man, I'm on to the next.
Yeah. Well, and they'll have a seat if that happens.
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's the other
seat.
part.
Yeah,
yep.
They'll have a seat if that happens. So, no, listen, I don't think so. I think they're all in. They'll play hard, all of that. If we lose, it will have nothing to do with toxic culture and indifference. It will be because they're running a new offense and they don't quite know how to run it well. And Bud Foster came in with a very good defensive concept that has confused the hell out of our quarterback and young players. And we're not blocking it up real well. And the next thing you know, you get down a couple scores and panic and you lose the game. That's the scenario by which I could see it playing out and us losing the game. Early on, Bud Foster, great defensive coordinator, has been for a real long time. Does something that confuses a team running a brand new offense on a big stage on a Monday night. They feel the pressure of that. They get off to a slow start. They begin to press, turn it over a couple of times, give up some easy points to Virginia Tech, and now they're running uphill. I could see that. That's the scenario where, yeah, I'd panic a little bit. And so would they. You asked that question specifically in the first half of it, Ryan, and I appreciate that. To deal with a 10-0 lead, you would think that you need to have a belief in each other and some experience, and they don't have that experience in places where they need it necessarily, but they do at quarterback, and I think certainly Willie Taggart and his staff have all been there, done that kind of thing. But whether or not you can get people to believe, trust, buy in, endure the pressure of that moment, the emotion of that moment, it is college football, and sometimes, as I like to say, kids are subject to the whims of emotion. So I don't know, and I am intrigued because at some point this year, if it's not that game, it could very well be the Syracuse game, could be the Louisville game, could be the Miami game, I don't know, certainly the Clemson game. You could find yourself down a couple of scores, and will they panic or will they stay the course?
Panic would be, the concern as you're saying, yes. But I do think the good thing about this squad is given that you're coming off of a 7-6 year and that you have a lot of youth in certain places, everybody's trying to make their mark. You've got a lot of people that are motivated for the right reasons. I mean, everybody from Cam Akers, who's looking to take the Heisman conversation, and direct it his direction, to Nooney Murray, who's in a money year,
right,
to DeAndre or James Blackman, who's trying to prove it's my time, to Tamorian Terry, who says you shouldn't have sat me last year, to the defensive side of the ball, Jalen Woodby to be the next star defensive back at Florida State University, Dontavius Jackson, who's lost a lot of weight, DeMarcus Christmas, who's coming back for a money year, Brian Burns to right the wrongs of last season. You could go on for days. There are motivations, and they're all in line with not giving up in a moment like that.
Oh, no. In fact, the opposite is true. To ratchet up the intensity, to come back and prove we're a different squad, different team, different guys that can depend on one another, one who believes in each other and stays the course. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
The bullpen for a trusted closer. To see our stats on the back of our baseball card, visit wrongfullyinjured.com. Fonville Lewis Messer McConaughey. Personal injury law is all we do.
With back to school season here, it's time to make sure your car is back to school ready. At Superlube, we pride ourselves on keeping your car maintained properly. And Superlube offers quick and convenient service, so you'll be back on your way in no time. So go to superlube.com for your back to school oil change coupons. Superlube, get your oil changed and a whole lot more. With 19 area locations, there's bound to be one near you.
How I love to superlube my car, lube my car. How I love to superlube my car, yes sir.
Wow, E Plus is great.
E Plus? Is that like A Plus?
It's better. The E stands for energy, but it should stand for easy.
Easy Plus?
Yep, easy ways to save energy, water, and money through the City of Tallahassee utilities. Easy ways to monitor our account, easy ways to pay our bill online, check our balance, compare usage history, and so much more.
And I see the City of Tallahassee Utilities has a smart bill, which sends our bill directly to our email inbox for easy payment online, too. What a time saver.
And when we download the City of Tallahassee's digital app, we can do everything on our phones, even report service issues like a power outage or blocked road.
Plus, when we go to talgov.com, we can get more information on other great City of Tallahassee utilities, like the Energy Star rebates and insulation grants. Wow, the E really should stand for easy.
Yep, E Plus from the City of Tallahassee Utilities. It helps customers save energy, water, and money.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's makes sure pros are always up to speed on the latest opportunities to save big. Like right now, the final days of getting up to 40% off select bath products. Plus, save time by ordering ahead online, and your order will be ready for pickup at our Pro Desk. Stop by or visit lowesforpros.com for details. So Pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. Offer valid through August 29 while supplies last. See store for details.
Are you tired of getting the same two-piece kits? Cornerstone Tool & Fastener in DeWalt have your answer. Buy a quarter-inch 3-speed impact kit with two 4-amp-hour batteries and receive a free quarter-inch 3-speed impact kit. That's correct. You get two DeWalt 3-speed impact kits for the price of one, only at Cornerstone Tool & Fastener. While you're there, check out the power of freedom. FlexVolt 60-volt tools from chainsaws to string trimmers, blowers, and even compressors. Cornerstone has the largest DeWalt selection in Tallahassee. 1110 Stuckey Ave and 3269 Crawfordville Highway. Tallahassee location open on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon.
Don't start your day off with the same old boring breakfast. Stop by the Bagel Market and Bistro on Thomasville Road and the Persimmon Hills Shopping Plaza. They have fresh baked bagels and cream cheese every Monday for only $1.50. Green smoothies and great salads like the spinach apple salad. Muffins and cinnamon rolls are also options for breakfast. Sandwiches, salads, and more for lunch and dinner. Open 7 days a week. Check them out online at thebagelmarketandbistro.com or on Facebook and give them a call at 765-0598.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee. This is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
At Jay Cameron Show, at Tom Lang is, or at _ Tom Lang, is Virginia Tech starting to unzip, hey now,
whoa,
the tent of suspicion.
Oh.
Fuente is 1-5 against top 25 teams. The lone win coming against post-FSU loss downtrodden Miami. Boy, are they always crestfallen, aren't they, Preston? When Miami loses to us, which is frequent, they just fall to pieces. Personally, don't know why they're ranked, says Preston. Take it a step further. Keep going. Tell them we should pee on you, Virginia Tech.
Like LeBron James did the city of Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Yeah,
yes.
That was the old saying, wasn't it?
That's right in their face. Yeah. That was the decision.
He didn't this time, though, right? This was more cordial.
This was cordial, yeah.
He sent them an Oakland Raiders-style bag instead.
Sorry,
He said, here you go. We got here's a special delivery.
There you go. Get you some of that there. At Jay Cameron Show, Urban Meyer, quote, "You're blank right. I ordered the code red." Exactly. XL. That's good. Hashtag a-hole. As far as Virginia Tech, let's start with that one. I'm giving Fuente a bit of a break. Remember, he took over a program that was a mess. Beamer, while a nice man, had failed to be a very good football coach for many years towards the end of his career, and it happens, right? You trying to get a guy out the door. It can be difficult. We know. So when he got that program, you thought, well, it could be a little bit. Won 9 games. Turn around, won 9 games again. So he's winning most of the games he's supposed to win, but you're right, he's not providing big upsets or wins against ranked teams yet, but he's a very good coach. He was at Memphis and was a great coach there too. I rather like Justin Fuente. I think he can coach. But I think what's going to be weird for Virginia Tech fans is the expectations have been ratcheted up because of 18 wins in 2 years, and they know certainly that he took over a program that was lacking in terms of talent. So they see him right away win games, go to a bowl, those kinds of things, and they think, oh, we're moving upwards. Yet my conversation with Coach Fuente revealed that he does not expect this to be a very good season. And now he would not admit that if he heard me say that here. You can listen to the interview for yourself next week. He sounds like a man who realizes that, unfortunately, and the timing's bad for this, they're going to take a big step back. And they're going to be a pretty average team early in the season that comes on late, begins to get it together late because of all of the new faces on defense and the guys that are going to be asked to play a bigger role than they ever expected this year. So they've had to take a step back to take a step forward. The problem is they're doing it after having gone forward 2 years in a row. It's tough to do that. People don't like to go backwards when they're moving the right direction. But I think this year does see them go backwards. So I will tell you this, Preston. If they're preseason ranked the following year after a setback like this, I might agree with you.
Concerned Jeff Bridges. That's what Justin Fuente sounded like, and it's.
Can you play that little sound? Do we have that little sound bite?
I could maybe find the beginning of it. You'd have to give me a minute.
He is, isn't he? It cracks me up. He is.
The first question is like, "Well."
He sounds exactly like concerned Jeff Bridges.
I don't understand why the city's no longer picking up trash. It's all over the streets.
At Jay Cameron Show, at _ Tom Lang. Jeff, when are we going to get the W's and L's for FSU, the final W's and L's for FSU's before the start of the season? Well, I guess we got to do it next week, don't we?
Yeah. You know, we've been so concerned with the things that we haven't been able to check the box on. That one is at least in our control, right?
It is. I'm looking forward to
doing it.
You
need to know the quarterback first.
This is a freaking outstanding tweet. It's to both of us. Jeff, can you please save me a T-shirt? I won't be able to make it to the Libations Friday Fest on Sunday. I will be in Prattville, Alabama to celebrate my niece's 3rd birthday. Hashtag a-hole. That's incredibly detailed, Jonathan. Thanks. I will not be able to make it to your soiree, Jeff. I am going to be swimming that afternoon, followed by a weighty meal with the folks. But please, save me a shirt. Hashtag a-hole.
With regrets, Morty.
Yeah. Mel is a name we just don't hear much anymore. And by the way, if you watch the, is it the Papayas that are talking on the Snapple commercial about their friend that they're clearly drinking and they all look at each other?
Oh, yeah.
The one guy's name is freaking Mel. I think they're asking about Ray, which is fantastic. Where is Ray?
You know, Mel.
And then it's Mel.
Mel would have been good for a name for That old SEC Network promo that you had. You know, where are the Teds?
Right.
Like, where's the Mels?
Where's the Mels? Only Mel Kiper exists. There's no more Mel. Mel. What an era that was. You had Eunice. You had Mel. People just naming themselves like idiots. It was great. Sorry if you're a Eunice or a Mel out there. I don't think you personally.
So this is bad potentially radio. I think I have the correct clip from Justin Fuente, but I can't preview it right now.
Hopefully it's just not a string of curse words by me trying to read an ad that I screwed up.
If you titled it Fuente ACC Meetings when doing so, then this is a ruse for all time.
It's a great one if I did. Coach, I had the privilege to interview you the first year you were in the ACC, and we talked about what it was like coming over from Memphis and, you know, why you committed to a program like Virginia Tech. We've had a chance now. You've been very successful through your first 3 years. I guess give me an overview as you enter year 3, I should say, on your thoughts of Virginia Tech football, where you're at.
Well, I love where we're at. You know, it's been a little bit of a different transition.
Check. That is so good. That is a perfect Jeff Bridges. Do it again. Not the whole thing. Just a little snippet. Just back it up like 6 seconds.
This is not the software for that,
Why did we get a second blade? Damn it. What was the point?
No, this has nothing to do with the blade.
We need things,
This has
man.
nothing
We
to do with the blade.
multi-things going on.
You want me to explain the technical nuance of this particular thing?
I don't. I'm just saying we ought to be able to just do. We got to be able to fire.
Fire the cannons.
We got to be able to, man. The 7th annual Jeff Cameron Show Libations Friday Fest is coming up. It's a good thing. You know what else is coming up? That's right, that trip to South Bend. Oh, that's good. GameDayExcursions.com is what I'm talking about. Go get you some. Get you a mimosa, a Bloody Mary, and an experience in Chicago as you hop on the bus with us. Gus, hey! Roll on over to South Bend. Watch Florida State beat Notre Dame 57-6. No? You don't think that's going to happen?
That would be quite the bus ride home, would it not?
Glorious. Game Day Excursions hosted this same tailgate just a year ago with the University of Georgia and their fans, and they loved it. They all had a good time. Every last one of them. They haven't forgotten it to this moment. You, too, can party like they did, only with fellow Noles, and you'll do so with a block rate of just $189 a night. That is a big-time discount. And you'll do so when you stay at the W. That's good stuff. GameDayExcursions.com. Secure your reservation now. Use the code JCS at checkout. $10 discount off every ticket purchase. That's code JCS at checkout. GameDayExcursions.com. Boom. Did you have it ready?
Be ready in 1 second. Do we have enough time, Jeff? Reverse roles here.
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. I can't get into a new subject. At Jay Cameron Show, Urban Meyer belongs in the machine with Joe Paterno. The machine. We're going to the city. What? Get the sandwiches. And my napkin. You know, why you committed to a program like Virginia Tech. We've had a chance now. You've been very successful through your first 3 years. I guess give me an overview as you enter year 3, I should say, on your thoughts of Virginia Tech football, where you're at.
Well, I love where we're at. You know, it's been a little bit of a different transition, not because of Coach Beamer, but because of what we've inherited. It's been we've been a little bit more of a veteran group the first 2 years. Now
all right. I don't want to spoil him. We'll give him that next week, man. It's you can see he's starting to set up the line of excuses there.
Well, I love where we're at.
It's so perfect.
That is a Lebowski convention.
Well, I love where we're at.
We got to find some audio of Bridges saying something similar, or at least saying something the same number of words with that pitch.
Well, I love where we're at.
I should have stopped the interview right there and said, have you ever done that impression of Jeff Bridges for anybody else? Because it's a winner.
I don't remember him sounding like that 2 years earlier. Do you?
No, he was exhausted. I interviewed him late in the day, and I actually asked him, Matthew remembers, he was on the board. I actually asked him before the interview whether he was sick and tired of doing these, and he kind of chuckled and said, yeah. And then but he appreciated that I asked him that and told him that. And then I said, well, I'll get you through it quick, Coach. And he's like, okay.
Well, I love where we're at.
And then he was trying to open up at that point because he was, I think, grateful that I had done that I at least acknowledged that those aren't the easiest of scenarios. I mean, a lot of these guys, when you go to that thing in Charlotte, a lot of times.
Sorry, Fuente.
A lot of times, if you don't get a guy early, you're just not going to get the best interview. It's very frustrating. And you can see it because I'll watch them. You're all in the same room. It's a Radio Row of sorts. You're on the second floor, and you'll watch them. You're like, okay, he's on in Miami. There he is in Jacksonville. Okay, now he's on in Charlotte. Oh, yep, they're from Columbia. They're from wherever. And you'll see them go through all of that. And you look at your sheet and you go, oh, okay. I'm going to get him after he's done 13 interviews and 6 hours worth of conversations about his team and expectations and his time at that place. And it's just not going to be good. So I think it's always better if you at least acknowledge, hey, man, I get it. The guys I love, though, are guys that truly see it for the opportunity that it is to sell the program, to talk about the good and go from there. Those guys, when they attack it with gusto, it cracks me up.
They go, no, this is why we're here.
This is great. Share this information. These kids, they work hard. They deserve it.
All right.
Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Your complete satisfaction. That's been Widden's way of doing business for over 70 years. When you call Widden Glass, you're dealing with experienced, reliable professionals who offer only the best. Like Widden's top-of-the-line bath enclosures that provide style and luxury at an affordable price. Eye-catching storefronts are a specialty at Widden Glass. We'll help you design it and install it. We've done hundreds of storefronts in the Tallahassee area. That's why Widden is known for taking care of business. Widden Glass, the first name in glass replacement. Call 222-5781.
You know what? It's time you level up your lemon lime with clear, refreshing Mountain Dew Ice. We get it. You're used to a certain kind of lemon lime experience. But why settle for this when you could have this? You want a fist bump that ends in one of those fake explosions?
Hey, Charles.
Or a fist bump that ends in an actual explosion?
Hey, Charles.
Want to pull up to the party on this? Or arrive in this? Take this last second shot? Or make the last second shot? Make this musical request? Or this one? So yeah, you can keep drinking the same old, but we think you'll like the exploding fist bump, last second shot, showing up to the party properly way to lemon lime, right? Mountain Dew Ice. Clear, refreshing lemon lime, redefined.
Don't just listen to The Jeff Cameron Show. Watch it live. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Live weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com today to watch live or catch up on demand. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Brought to you by Nice Tire and Auto, your trusted Goodyear dealer.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
The Jeff Cameron Show is brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener. Big store pricing with local service. Online at ctf.nu.
Unshaven, shaving, shaking down the day, and all manner of madness standing in my way.
Jeff Cameron Show 97.9 ESPN Radio. You know, if you watch us on YouTube, you don't get the music, and it's really a big part of the show. So I'm just saying. Game Day Excursions. Let them take it from here, my friends. Do it up. Go to GameDayExcursions.com.
But if you want to watch it on YouTube,
I'm not
please,
telling
by
you
all
not
means.
to do it. I don't do we? Yeah, I mean I'm not. Do we get in trouble at all for the music? We don't play it at all, do we? You get like a millisecond.
No, we still get pinched from time to time. Probables has
Getting
been
popped.
A problem. Yeah, because
They get pissed on YouTube, don't they?
They do.
Like the whole damn Sinatra song, Tom.
Well, what they do is they take the ability away to make money off of the video, and then in some cases they get so mad that they pull the video outright, so it disappears.
Who are these people that sit around and have to do this all day?
I don't know.
Lord
but,
Almighty.
we have music licensing rights for the radio.
Yeah, for Bumper. Yeah.
I wish it would just extend to the internet because we'll play these songs all damn day.
You're damn right we will. How do they get away with it on shows that lightly play music, recognizable songs in the background through the entirety of a segment? So like Jalen and Jacoby, which is not a show I like, but it's on, they have a song playing the entire segment.
That might be some generic song. That's
usually a recognizable like Tribe song or somebody we know.
ESPN could have gotten permission for that. I mean,
it's just fascinating.
They've got the lawyer power to go contact a record company and say, hey, we want to do this.
Right. It's good for the band. I mean, it's great publicity.
I agree,
Yeah.
100%.
I would, if I were a band, I'd be like, by all means, talk about it even.
That's YouTube covering their own ass from getting sued, though.
Right, yeah. GameDayExcursions.com, that's what you're going to want to do. They're going to host the big tailgate in South Bend for all of us Knowles. And, oh, by the way, while you're there, you'll be staying in the beautiful W Hotel, Lakeshore in Chicago, downtown, beautiful, $189 a night. If you go to GameExcursions.com. Bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, pregame experience at Chicago's Field Museum. You hop on the bus, you keep it riding. Good times.
You said $1.89. It took me about 5 seconds to realize that that's what you said, like a buck, $1.
Oh, you were thinking I said,
100.
you were like, why would he just be so brazen?
My goodness.
Cameron is coming with a GameDayExcursions.com promo. No, you're good. So we get to South Bend. They've already got it set up for you on the tailgate. You say, all right, I'm going to go walk around, but I'll take a beverage as I do. And then because they have free stuff for you there, they go, well, here's your beverage, sir. Enjoy the campus. And then you do. And you go back with your friends and you go, all right, that's great. I got to see the cathedral. I got to do it all up. There's touchdown Jesus over there. How about that?
Yeah.
And you do it all.
Saw the photos, and again, it's right next to it. So you're just steps away from the stadium.
Mm-hmm. And then you get back on the bus after the game, so you're not worried about, hey, I got to drive home here. No, you don't have to drive anywhere. You're hopping on a bus. You're good to go. They take you back to Chicago, go to the W, carry on. The next day, the Bears play the Lions. I'm going to that game.
Are you really?
I am.
Good for you,
That's
sir.
a noon kickoff.
All right.
Central Time. Do it up. Go watch the Bears and the Lions.
Touchdown, Bears.
Bears. I'll root for the Bears in that game. I'll be you should go with me. You should choose to go to that game.
I already got my itinerary. I got to take a look at it.
A little professional football on a Sunday, huh?
Well, we got a show bright and early on Monday.
I'll be here. I'll be ready to roll. It's okay. That noon game's going to end around, 4-ish? I'll be to the airport. I'll be home, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night.
If you can swing that, you got to get through security. You TSA pre-check these days?
Oh, I'm a pre-checking Jesse.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
You went through the process?
Oh, I did the process. I did it all. It's good.
What's that like? You have to get interviewed, right?
Oh, no, that kind of thing. I just do it on my phone. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No.
I don't check any bags.
No, like TSA pre-check, where you can go through the security line without taking your shoes off and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that when I was in O'Hare, and I tried to do it. I walked in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I got like 3/4 of the way through. They're like, sir.
Yeah, you got to go do a meeting and speak to a federal agent, and they got to clear you and say, all right, well, you're not going to do anything heinous.
It's for the guys and gals that are traveling incessantly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I would do it if I was going to be traveling like that. I'd like to travel like that. I mean, I enjoy travel. I'm not like Corey. I'm not afraid of an airplane. I'll get on. Let's go. Let's fly to California. Let's go to some big games around the country. Let's do it up.
Yeah, I don't like flying for any reason but the flying. You know, the flying's fine. That's up, you're down, and that's great. Everything else
comfortable.
Sucks.
I don't enjoy the process, but I don't build it into something that, is overwhelming. People build that stuff up to a place to where it's a nightmare. Doesn't have to be. I don't like how closely you're sitting next to a stranger, and I don't like that there's no room for my legs. I mean, if you're a reasonably decent man, if you're even over 5'9", you're uncomfortable. But, I mean, I don't mean reasonably decent man, decent size man.
Well, that too, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
gotta.
if you're just a decent guy,
if you're
you're
a decent
miserable.
guy, Jeez.
Hey, we will talk about Urban Meyer. I know you can't wait. Nobody's talking about that subject, but we will. We'll get into it. Where other stations don't bring it up, we'll bring it to you. The topic that nobody's touched on in the last 24 hours. You'll hear it next right here on the Jeff Cameron Show. That's right. That's the kind of bold we are on the JCS.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men on a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Roofing is rewarding, but it's not exactly a bed of roses. It's a very dirty job, subject to the environment, working on 98-degree summer days, dodging rainstorms, working on steep slopes like a mountain goat. At Parker Brothers, our skilled workers have chosen this challenging trade as their career choice. These are the people that you want working on your roof. We've been servicing the community since 1995. Call us at 656-8112.
Parker Brothers Roofing, professional every time. Stay safe and dry inside.
CGC 042221, CCC 049350.
Are you ready to experience an awesome fishing expedition? Sea Quarters Marina is home to several great charter services. All charters are customized based upon the types of fishing opportunities available and the type of fishing the customer requests. The Northwest Gulf Coast offers a variety of different angling adventures thanks to unspoiled back county islands and crystal clear flats. For more information regarding charters, call Sea Quarters Marina at 697-8400 or online at seaquartersmarina.com.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee. Time now for your Atlanta Braves Minute, brought to you by Fonville, Lewis, Messer, and McConaughey. Personal injury law is all they do.
Last night was the final game in a series of 3 between the Braves and the Pirates. Atlanta had won games 1 and 2, taking game 1 1-0 and winning game 2 6-1. And the Braves wasted no time getting on the board in game 2 as Ronald Acuna led off the ball game like this.
Long fly, deep left. Dickerson back on the track, looking up, gives up. It's gone for Ronald Acuna. His 20th home run of the season. A majestic shot to left.
That made it 1-0 Braves. The Pirates tied it with a run in the bottom of the 5th inning, but the Braves retook the lead in the top of the 8th inning thanks to a sacrifice fly by Freddie Freeman that drove in Adam Duvall. Atlanta carried a 2-1 lead to the 9th inning, handed it over to Johnny Vendors, who came through with a save. Julio Teheran with 7 really good innings. He picked up the win and improved to 9-7. So the Braves are now 71-55. They have a 3-game lead atop the National League East, and tonight the Braves start up a 4-game series Series in Miami against the Marlins. The Braves will be sending out Sean Newcomb, the left-hander, to face righty Eliezer Hernandez. First pitch will be at 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central on the Braves Radio Network. I'm Ben Ingram, and this has been your Atlanta Braves Radio Network update.
Fonville Lewis Messer McConaughey sponsors Braves baseball so that all of you can enjoy the action. Ever since the days of Hank Aaron and Dale Murphy, we've been Tallahassee's home run hitting law firm. And because we don't get paid unless we win, we want to win every case as much as Chipper Jones wanted to win every game. So when you're injured, don't just trust any law firm to handle your case. Make the call to the bullpen for a trusted closer. To see our stats on the back of our baseball card, visit wrongfullyinjured.com. Fonville Lewis Messer McConaughey. Personal injury law is all we do.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee. This is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Final hour of the Jeff Cameron Show, at least for today. Thanks for tuning to it. I hope you're well. I do. I hope everything's going well in your life. Friends, family, everybody healthy. I would assume that's the case since you're sitting down listening to the Jeff Cameron Show on a Thursday. You're doing the right thing. All must be well in your world. I'm Jeff. That is Tom. He's producing the program. I'm hosting it. Young Matthew's directing it. We're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. You can always email us, JCS at 979ESPNradio.com. On Twitter, it's at J Cameron Show. The WTSM app, good for your mobile devices. And I would note, if you want to watch on YouTube, feel free. Hello, YouTubers. I hope you're well, too. ESPN Tallahassee on YouTube.
A lot of well-wishing today.
That's what I am, man. No, that's my brother. These are my fellow man. I want to make sure everybody's all right. It's a contentious time in this country's history. I want to make sure everybody's just breathing. Are we okay?
Everybody huddle up.
Yeah, it's all right,
okay?
Man.
Round of beers.
Yep, for
round of beers.
All settle in here together.
If you want some micro brews, some macro brews.
Football is starting.
We got you.
It's happening. It's going to happen on Saturday. You're damn right it is.
We're brothers
in arms.
And fermentation purposes.
Fermentation purposes and football love.
Yeah.
All right. And if you're a Braves fan, you're just in a good old mood. Laying the wood to my buccos who can't score runs anymore. It's over. The dream is over.
Why is it a good old mood, Jeff?
Well, you are Southern. You should embrace that and say he's trying.
Might as well say it's a grand old mood.
Yeah. Go Braves. So here you go. Here you go. The Braves are fun to watch. I had a guy apologize as he sent me a picture of a broom. I love the people that apologize as they're making fun of me. Or they're taking shots.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry I had to do this, Jeff. Here's a picture of your Pirates being compromised. And so, I laughed at that and said, well, it's a bit much. The wee hours of the morning after you've clearly had a few, sir. But I like your version of the Braves this year.
Bohica Pirates!
Man. So, well, what'd you guys think? You think that was a believable press conference from Urban Meyer and crew? You think Mary Jo White and the committee helped explain away all that they needed to? You feel much better about the situation at Ohio State and the honesty, the man-anchored principles of Urban Meyer, don't you? No, you don't. Nope. Oh, I got that wrong? You don't feel that way at all? You know what I thought? I thought, damn, Jim Tressel, what in the hell did you do? It had to have been dastardly indeed, because Ohio State won't fire Urban Meyer for obvious reasons and reasons to make the decision abound all around, and yet they did fire you. Now, I know that's show cause, and he got bopped lying to the NCAA, so they really had no choice, I suppose.
Well, apparently Jim wasn't taking medication that does not allow him.
Just forget stuff, Jim, and that's where we're going with this, Tom, because everybody knows the deal here. What a farce, what a clown show. the integrity of the Ohio State University is no more. And if I were an alumnus of that university, I'd be devastated by this level of buffoonery written up in this 23-page summary that explains in great detail that Urban Meyer is a liar and that the people of this committee desperately were looking for reasons and ways to keep him employed because he wins a lot of football games. That's it. That's all. Okay? So that's fine. We know that. I don't have to explain this to you. You get it. Read the report. Read everything they found out about this situation, what he knew, what he didn't know, and what everybody else knew. Read about the unsavory individual that is Zach Smith, and it's not just the abuse. It's a lot of other stuff on the side. Do all those things if you want to, just to inform yourself so that when you're having the greater discussion, you can do so as an educated man or woman. But I won't waste your time with laying it out because it's a simple PDF that you can find. And secondly, we already know what happened here, and we know what they did and why they did it. What I find fascinating is that we now have a new one in our lexicon of excuses. Oh, we do, buddy. And this one is frankly impenetrable. This is as good as it comes. I take medication. I sometimes forget stuff. Boom.
Isn't that something that a mob boss would say
You're
before?
damn right it would, or a president or anybody else who's in big trouble. Sure, I don't remember. Don't know how it happened. It's not on me. I'm on medication. What are we talking about? Yeah, I mean, how simple is this? It's incredible. I laughed. I mean, I did. If it wasn't so sad, I would have laughed harder, but it is, and it was fantastic. How about what they're asking people with a straight face to digest, to take in and consider, and then move on? You know, little things. Urban Meyer's quote, for example, that you can read in the report about Zach Smith. Most of what I know about Zach is just work-related. I mean, the biggest regret that I have is that I wish I knew more. I wish I did. If so, I would have taken action much quicker. You knew in 2009. Well, and by the way, you didn't tell Gene Smith that.
Well, in this case, too, you knew in 2015 when Gene Smith knew about this latest charge, and it took you 3 years to fire the guy.
Oh, it's just too good, man. I also like, how great is it that Coach Meyer asked, hey, does anybody know, listen, there's about to be an investigation. Does anybody know how you delete messages on your phone that are over a year old? Does anybody have a handle on that, guys?
How the hell is that in the report? And Mary Jo White gets on the dais and says he did not willfully deceive, and we were really impressed with his code of conduct of respecting women. Like, how can you do that in the report that you send out afterwards? No individual with any moral fiber to them at all.
None. Zero.
Can look at these facts and say that Urban Meyer was ignorant to the circumstances and in some ways is not culpable here.
I didn't lie on purpose is a good one. I forget stuff. I'm on medication. So you understand that if I told you something that wasn't true, you could perceive that to be a lie, but it wasn't. I forget what I say. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm looking at from day to day. I'm on medication. What are we talking about here? I mean, this is the perfect excuse. I remember back in the day when I was at Clear Channel. I don't know if I was doing mornings or if it was early in the afternoons, but I remember there was a stretch of time when athletes were getting popped. They were getting pulled over on the regular in a rental car or anything else, and they would have drugs on them, right? It was happening left and right, whatever. Weed. That was never even the issue. I didn't even care that the guys had weed. I think it should be legalized. I don't care. But nonetheless, it isn't legal in every state, and there are repercussions, and they know of it. And so I remember thinking, man, that sucks. That guy's he's just going to have to bite the bullet here. This is where the Jeff Cameron Show PR firm was born. The idea behind that was just say, I wanted to smoke some weed. I bought a couple of joints. I was pulled over for speeding. They found said joints, and I'm going to get a misdemeanor charge against me and fined. We'll see what my team chooses to do. Sorry about that. We're done here. Everybody's like, oh, well, cool, yeah, we've all had a couple joints. Happens. All right, buddy. Have a good day. But no, they would get into this elaborate thing, and usually they would say something along the lines of, well, those are my cousin's drugs. Somehow it was always, those are my cousin's drugs.
Sure.
Well, this isn't my jacket. I'm borrowing a friend's jacket. Or this is my cousin's jacket. And there was weed in there. I had no idea. That's what they would do, right? And that happened 4 or 5 times, and I went, yes. I was on the Atkins diet was an excuse for a while. Those are my mother's cousin's drugs was an excuse for a while. And now it's all been topped by I have a problem. I often forget stuff. I take medication. I'm not always aware of what I'm saying or doing or looking at. All right. Well, that about covers any scenario that you could find yourself in. That's it moving forward. It doesn't matter.
You know, I was talking to my dad about this yesterday. We were catching up conversation first time in a while. And, you know, it's football season. We all have those conversations if we're lucky enough to have our dad still around, right?
Yeah.
And or the important person in our life. And we were talking about this Urban Meyer situation. I said, you know, I got to think that they're either going to do nothing or they're going to fire him, Dad, even though it looks like it's going to be a suspension. And the reason I think that is they went to great lengths to make sure that they enlisted the help of people that have no affiliation whatsoever with the university to conduct this investigation. It's much like when Florida State retained the services of a former Florida State Supreme Court justice.
That is correct.
To handle the Jameis Winston Title IX investigation, whereas down in Gainesville for the Antonio
They
Callaway,
used a former University of Florida.
a lawyer who defended Florida Gators players
Yes.
in certain times when they would run afoul with the law. So Florida didn't care about the look of impropriety before the Title IX hearing. Florida State very much did. Ohio State apparently did. But then when she makes her statement last night, I was waiting for at least a qualifier. On the way out, she says, by the way, I don't agree with the findings of this report.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Instead, her final thought was, he did not intend to mislead people at Media Day. Are you bleeping kidding me?
Right, which he already admitted to doing intentionally in a statement when he first addressed these issues and was suspended. Remember the statement in which he dug his heels in. He acknowledged being, quote, less than truthful.
Yeah.
Oh, so yes, he intended by every fiber in his being to mislead. Yes. And in fact, at that time, he told everybody he was caught off guard. The quote from the report that you're referring to, and we'll move on. We learned Coach Meyer has sometimes had significant memory issues in other situations where he had prior extensive knowledge of the events. He also periodically takes medicine that negatively impairs his memory, concentration, and focus. How does that guy win a game? How do they ever do anything at all productive at Ohio State when my man can't remember what day of the week it is or is frequently taking medications that impairs his ability to think? How do they win every game they play? It's a miracle.
You know, somewhere, I'd like to believe it's in a certain residence hall in Louisville, Kentucky. There's no lights on in the room except the glow of a television.
Yes.
And one person in the room watching it, and he says to himself,
That's right.
How the hell did I not think of medication?
Genius.
That is brilliant. I've got to call Urban.
In the name of 9/11.
In the name of 9/11. This is beautiful. The only thing easier, we've got a prescription drug problem in this country.
Yeah.
This is
perfect.
perfect.
There it is. You attach the two together.
You are an innovator, sir.
You are better than I ever dreamt. I mean, yeah. That's his hero tonight. He's probably saying, one piece of advice. You should have mentioned 9/11. If you could have worked in a 9/11.
Mr. Meyer, I have to tell you, I was watching in Billy Minotti Hall. If you know anything about Billy Minotti, you know why I was in Billy Minotti Hall.
9/11.
Exactly.
Yes.
You, sir, you're a visionary. I love you.
Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Energy Star rebates and insulation grants. Wow, the E really should stand for easy.
Yep, E Plus from the City of Tallahassee Utilities. It helps customers save energy, water, and money.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's makes sure pros are always up to speed on the latest opportunities to save big. Like right now, the final days of getting up to 40% off select bath products. Plus, save time by ordering ahead online, and your order will be ready for pickup at our Pro Desk. Stop by or visit lowesforpros.com for details. So Pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. Offer valid through August 29 while supplies last. See store for details.
Football season is here, and you know what that means. Time to get together with friends over an ice-cold drink and some great food. What better place than Fire Betty's and Fox and Stag? They're expanding their food menus and would love for you to come over and give them a try, along with a unique craft cocktail or cold beer. Follow Fire Betty's, Fox and Stag on Instagram or Facebook for daily food and drink specials, as well as special events. Fox and Stag and Fire Betty's, located at the Manor in Midtown, serving food and drinks 6 days a week.
Games for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachia Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less. Are you tired of getting the same two-piece kits? Cornerstone Tool & Fastener in DeWalt have your answer. Buy a 1/4-inch 3-speed impact kit with 2 4-amp-hour batteries and receive a free 1/4-inch 3-speed impact kit. That's correct. You get 2 DeWalt 3-speed impact kits for the price of 1, only at Cornerstone Tool & Fastener. While you're there, check out the power of freedom. FlexVolt 60-volt tools from chainsaws to string trimmers, blowers, and even compressors. Cornerstone has the largest DeWalt selection in Tallahassee. 1110 Stuckey Ave and 3269 Crawfordville Highway. Tallahassee location open on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon.
Hi, I'm Chris York with Monogram Art. While our name mentions monograms, we are a lot more than that. We offer a full line of corporate apparel to businesses and organizations, and we carry clothing brands such as Cutter & Buck, Nike Golf, Port Authority, and caps from Richardson, Outdoor Cap, Ahead, Yupong, and many more. We have the ability to create custom embroidered apparel that your employees will be proud to wear. So swing by our showroom at 2522 Capitol Circle Northeast or find us online at monogramart.com. Let us help you wear your brand.
I'm tired of reading headlines about corruption and crime in Tallahassee. When I saw Jeremy Matlow wanted to step up to serve our community, I knew he would fight to reduce crime, strengthen local business, and listen to everyone, not just City Hall insiders. I trust Jeremy Matlow. He's a proven business leader who won't waste our tax dollars. Jeremy has always done what's right for Tallahassee. I'm voting for Jeremy Matlow for City Commission.
Political advertisement paid for and approved by Jeremy Matlow, nonpartisan, for Tallahassee City Commission, C3.
Looking for a new place to watch your favorite sporting events? Hobbit American Grill with 3 locations to choose from. Just show them your stub. That's right, your ticket stub from any local sporting event for $1 pints and $3 crafts. BOGO Mondays every Monday with 50% off specials. Like or follow on Facebook to get all the details. PS4 tourneys, trivia, karaoke, darts, and more. Lots of daily lunch specials under $8. Happy hour specials daily and happy hour all day on Friday. The Hobbit American Grill.
You're listening to The Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
I'll get to something brief, funny, predictable momentarily. First, let me remind you that I sleep on a damn fine pillow, and you can too. It's my pillow. Get it? My pillow stays cool and keeps its shape all night long. No more waking up at 3 a.m. to flip to the cool side of the pillow, as they say, or fold it in half. I don't have to do that. No, sir. You know, I recently learned something else about My Pillow. I learned that as a man that has always slept with 6, 7, 8 pillows at a time, I've got pillows all over the place. I hold one. I cross my legs over another one. I have one on the back side in case I roll over. I can just roll into another pillow and do the same thing on either side. I got 2 that I rest on. I had to learn that once I got My Pillow, that it was such a perfect pillow that I could get rid of all those pillows and just lay it flat on the mattress, put my head on that pillow, and be done with it. That's it. It's a good deal. Now, I still do a holdy pillow on the side because they gave me extras, so I do that.
Replaces the teddy bear from your earlier years?
Never cared about a teddy bear. I had a Snoopy when I was a kid, and I still have it. I don't use it. My mom sent it up with me when the kids were born, when my firstborn was born, and asked if I was going to use it again. But no, it's in a bag because I don't want to ruin it. It's 47 years old.
Was its name Snoopy? Or
it was the Snoopy. It was Snoopy.
So you called him Snoopy?
Yeah, I called him Snoopy. Because he was Snoopy, damn it. My Pillow is made in the USA. Comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Try it, don't like it, return it. Go to MyPillow.com. Find out what I'm talking about. 97.9 ESPN Radio. Click on that pack special, 4-pack thingy or 50% off, whatever it is. It's different all the time. One way or the other, I'm saving you a lot of money on the My Pillow experience. So I didn't happen to look at which one this one was. I just know it's a good deal. MyPillow.com. Use the promo code 979ESPN. Lamar Jackson is just getting lit the hell up this preseason. I don't know if you've seen this, but he's really struggled from the pocket. What? Lamar Jackson is struggling to throw the football accurately from the pocket? Who would have guessed? And then when he runs outside of the pocket, he gets brutalized, and it's awesome. Not because I hate him. I don't care about him. I'm indifferent. But we did predict he has no chance to be any good. And here's the deal. Outside of the pocket, he has now been hit 4 to 5 times, to which the offensive coordinator, Marty Morningwig, said, yeah, quote, that's not good. It's just that simple. We've got to find a way to stop this from happening. He's been hit too much. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the deal there, guys.
Yeah, I did watch the probably 3/4 of Lamar Jackson's snaps on Monday when they played against the Colts, and it was not pretty at all. I was stunned. I thought Jalen Ramsey really nailed it when he said that Lamar should have been the second quarterback taken. If you want to take what Baker offers, you might as well take what Lamar Jackson offers. But Baker's actually accurate from the pocket. Has
always been accurate from the pocket.
And as much as I'm kind of up in the air about what he's going to be, I'm not sure. It's going to be entertaining one way or the other. Compare those two is a joke.
Well, it was dumb. He did it. Well, never mind.
We know what that's about.
Yeah, we do know what that's about. But here's the deal, which, oh, by the way, has been going on in reverse forever, so it's not new. But I get it, but just don't do that. Here's the thing.
It's hypocritical given his other stances.
That is true.
Yes.
It's troublesome. But there was never a reason to believe that he was suddenly going to find the accuracy from the pocket that he didn't possess at Louisville, and that the dynamic player he was at Louisville, and oh, was he dynamic. My goodness gracious. Probably one of the most electrifying players from the position that I've ever seen play the game. I'm including Michael Vick in that and a few others. Unbelievable. And I would have loved to have had him as my quarterback, especially given the system they ran and the games that he could win simply by brutalizing you with his legs. But the pro game is a different game, and we say that all the time. It's not about personalities. It's not about preference. It's about, can you fit within these parameters and then maybe utilize some of those other strengths when desperate, when in need, when you need to extend a play, something along those lines. That's how mobility is used in the NFL. And a lot of guys have it. Russell Wilson has it for days, and he's awesome as a player in that regard. Aaron Rodgers has it for days and utilizes it exceptionally well.
Big Ben has it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least a younger version of Big Ben had it. Yeah.
We'll see if Deshaun continues to do it, because that was fun to watch last year. But here's the thing. I always like Deshaun the passer a hell of a lot more than Lamar the passer. And so he's not accurate. And so what he's doing now is he's taking off like he's always done. And the problem is those dudes can run, man.
Yeah.
RG3 found this out. These dudes can run.
There were a couple of plays on Monday, one where he's scrambling, backwards essentially on a diagonal for about 10 yards, and this D lineman's keeping up with him. And I can't help but smile, because to me, as much as I'd like to see, more different offenses at the NFL level, to watch the difference, the exponential growth in speed for a defense in college, then you jump up to the pros, these guys can run with you, and they're 50 to 70 pounds heavier than you are, especially Lamar Jackson's kind of weight.
He's a tiny guy.
Yeah, he's wafer thin. So it just, every year you see somebody go, well, this guy's going to be different. He runs faster than anybody before him. Some people were saying that Lamar's faster and he's going to be more of a problem than Vic. I'm like, all right, no,
that was never going to be the case. And here's the thing. His own quarterback coach, James Urban, said, we're getting there, which sounds like a desperation, comment. I got a quote, we're getting there. I mean, what do you say when it's not happening? Quote, great natural ability does take over. You go to make your play. Then you take the hit. But I've been telling him, you got to get what you can get and get down. Sliding, obviously, and now diving is important. Get down. In the National Football League, there is protection for the quarterback. We're repeatedly telling him this. We're aware of those, and we've talked about it. He's probably going to take a hit that he shouldn't take, and then he'll learn. Well, that hit ruined RG3's career. That hit has ruined lots of people's careers.
He already took one on Monday. I mean, he took one that you would think, ooh, that's going to wake you up. That angle doesn't exist at this level.
Thing I'll say, and I want to make this abundantly clear, if he makes it, great. I don't care.
It's better for the sport if he does.
I agree with that. And you know my stance on these kinds of quarterbacks, and that includes to some degree Tim Tebow, who's terribly inaccurate from the pocket. I wanted to see guys make it. I wanted to see guys who were different make it from the position because I think it adds something to the game, a different dynamic than we see typically in the NFL, and I was all for that. So before you go with the, he just hates him because he torched Florida State angle, no, I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm objectively telling you if he makes it, great. But when you gather the information and you're asked to give your opinion about the draft before it happens and you say, I don't think he has a shot in hell, it's based on that problem that we saw in college because it doesn't translate to the pros.
Well, and this is Lamar going against twos and in some cases threes that are fighting for jobs too. This isn't even like he's going against the elite defenses in the National Football League. The one thing I will say in watching all of his snaps, because you can find them all on NFL.com, that's really cool. They do mashups of specific players. That
is cool. You can do every Lamar Jackson throw.
So I watched them live on Monday, but then I saw the tapes before.
That game sucked.
He may be somewhat close to as fast as Vic. I mean, he's really, really fast. What Lamar has over Michael Vick is the ability to make somebody miss in a phone booth. He has an uncanny ability to do that. It's insane what he can do to make somebody miss that's 2 inches away from him. But you're talking straight line speed and generating angles and vision. He doesn't have the vision for a long run or to set up a run the way that Michael Vick did. And the accuracy isn't even close. Vick was better at this point.
And Vick was not accurate enough.
And exactly right.
Yeah. So
he was good enough to go win at Lambeau in the playoffs.
Best thing he ever did. After that, his career went downhill. It was pretty much just a highlight reel, but not really consistently great.
No, highlight reel, exactly
that's
right.
That's what he was. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road.
Make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Laundry service from Wash Around the Clock. Whether it's dry cleaning or just plain laundry, Wash Around the Clock's easy laundry service will pick up and deliver at your home or office. So sign up for free today at easylaundry.net, or you can give them a call, 850-597-9007. Again, sign up today at easylaundry.net. Oh, and by the way, I got you. Use promo code JCS20 and save 20%. That's promo code JCS20. You're saving 20% on your first order. That's easylaundry.net from Wash Around the Clock.
Don't just listen to The Jeff Cameron Show. Watch it live. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Live weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com today to watch live or catch up on demand. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Brought to you by Nice Tire and Auto, your trusted Goodyear dealer.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
Hi, Chris Kraft for Kraft Nissan, and it's Truck Month at Kraft Nissan. 2018 Frontier King Cab S models with automatic transmission, start at only $20,495. Compare that to the Toyota Tacoma King Cab SR model with automatic transmission. At invoice minus rebates, Tacoma starts at $24,646. That's $4,151 more than our Frontier. Or the full-size Titan and Titan XD, starting at only $20,995 for a 2018 Titan Single Cab S model. Even better, just $26,995 for a 2018 Titan Crew Cab S model. And it's only at Kraft Nissan. Plus, the Nissan Titan has America's best truck warranty of 5 years or 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. So please, before you buy a Dodge, Chevy, Ford, or Toyota, check out the Nissan Frontier and Titan trucks. Kraft Nissan on Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco. Prices include dealer preparation charge and Nissan Conquest or loyalty truck cash.
Come out and try Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers, located in Tallahassee on 1818 West Tennessee Street and 2550 North Monroe Street. Guthrie's is a family-owned and operated restaurant, proudly in business for over 50 years. Since Guthrie's first introduced their chicken fingers in 1978, everybody's been falling hard for those golden fried chicken fingers, crispy fries, buttery Texas toast, creamy coleslaw, and of course, the signature sauce. So come out and try it yourself at either one of Guthrie's Tallahassee locations. Don't start your day off with the same old boring breakfast. Stop by the Bagel Market and Bistro on Thomasville Road and Persimmon Hills Shopping Plaza. They have fresh baked bagels and cream cheese every Monday for only $1.50. Green smoothies and great salads like the spinach apple salad. Muffins and cinnamon rolls are also options for breakfast. Sandwiches, salads, and more for lunch and dinner. Open 7 days a week. Check them out online at thebagelmarketandbistro.com or on Facebook and give them a call at 765-0598.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee. This is the Jeff Cameron.
You know, tomorrow we'll be broadcasting from the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Looking forward to it. Should be fun. It's kind of the launch. Here we go, right? I mean, I've always equated, early in my career, my shows on Friday during football season were always at AJ's, now defunct AJ's. Devastatingly so. But it was a place that housed the show when I had 50 listeners, and if that. And so I get nostalgic around this time of year when I think about Friday broadcast, live remotes, those kinds of things, because that's where it started. That's how I got to know my listeners. That's how I got to kind of get ingratiated with a lot of people, and I always appreciated that. And so I want to say thanks to the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. They've continued the tradition. We've been going over there for football season for a long time now, too.
Since we've been on the FM dial, we've been either upstairs or downstairs over there at one of Bill and Larry's establishments, yes.
That's a good thing. So we'll be there tomorrow. Hopefully you'll come out. It'd be great to see you. Tom and the Cat's going to be playing. They're always good locally and a lot of fun, and good old Hoss and the boys.
Saying AJ's is a blast from the past, though.
Caught you off guard there, huh?
A little bit. It's a little emotional, I have to say, because this is year 10 of doing Friday remotes in some variety, being as an intern or an on-site tech or something. But yeah, it started in 2009, so this would be season number 10 of that.
Well, it's easy for me to get nostalgic since I came on the air in 98. It's 2018. It's hard to fathom, right? Yeah, it's a hurry up and wait when you get to this month of the season, of the seasons, if you will. And so you get so excited to enter the month in which college football is actually played, but it's like they say in an acting job or you're cutting a commercial, it's a hurry up and wait type thing. And it's hard to contain your enthusiasm when that happens. And I feel it more every day this week with football starting on Saturday, the remote being tomorrow. But also, I'm just thinking about what an interesting season it's going to be. And, of course, no more so than right here in our backyard. Listening to Willie Taggart's comments today, I really do get the sense, Tom, and as we weigh in continually on this quarterback battle, that whether or not he knows the guy he's going to choose or the guy he thinks is the leader really isn't the relevant or salient point to me. For me, it's more about he sounds like a guy that is slightly concerned that they don't have the perfect candidate or the ideal or the obvious. So it's sort of we're going to have to go with this guy. He's not going to say that. It will be celebrated differently, as it should be. He will get behind and support whomever it is that they name the starting quarterback, which I think will be DeAndre Francois. But it does sense like, wish we had another option.
Well, there's two ways to take that. It's that the quarterback battle is so fierce that I don't know who to pick, or they all have their ups and downs, and I don't know who to pick.
I go with the latter. I think they've all had their ups and downs. They've shared moments in which they were clear-cut the best on that day, and that includes Bailey Hockman. Somebody asked me on Twitter, I don't know if it was last night, or I worked late last night on the PGA Tour Network and loved it, but when I got home, I sat down and I had an ice-cold beer and I watched the end of a baseball game, and I saw somebody tweeted, and I thought, well, I'm up, I'm listening, so I answered, and they wanted to know what Bailey Hockman did better than the other two. Like, why does his name keep getting brought up? Does he do anything discernibly different or better? And I just wrote back he's more accurate, because he is. And I think the overriding weakness, now we've never seen him in a game, so I don't know if he would be more accurate in a game, but he's more accurate consistently in practice. But he does other things poorly. So, I just don't think that he can win the job with the lack of experience and no overwhelmingly obvious trait that is better than the others, other than he's slightly more accurate.
Yeah, he's more accurate. He's not, again, he doesn't have the velocity. But one thing that you've seen from Bailey, at least in spring game kind of stuff, or even when they do some breakout drills, his footwork is pretty good.
It is good.
I mean, it's pretty efficient.
Quick, but it's good.
But he also has a good sense of the pocket. That's the other thing I like about him. If there's pressure on the backside, at least in practice, when you're not live, right, there's a big difference.
Not going to get blown up.
Right. But it does seem like he has a good sense for where the pressure is coming from and then where to alleviate said pressure in the pocket.
You get the sense from Coach Taggart that he'd like to take some of the traits, that of a coach's son, and apply them to the other two who have more physical gifts than Bailey Hockman does. And be able to get them to have the same sort of pocket awareness and the same sort of act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of times we talk about coaches' kids. And
it's code a lot of times, but this is not code.
But no, I think it is code, and it's not about white or black. It's about, it's not great, but does all the little things.
Right, he's buttoned up. He has a sense of the position, understands what we're asking them to do philosophically, what we're trying to get it done here. Yeah,
details.
And schematically, he knows.
If you're a Heisman candidate and your dad was a coach, that's like the fifth thing that gets mentioned.
Right.
But if you are somebody who's getting the most out of, high 3-star, low 4-star ability, something along those lines.
It gets mentioned right away.
That's like the first thing.
Because you've got to figure for how it's happening. You have to figure out a way. Like, he's not nearly as gifted as this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. How's he doing it? Well, he's really smart. He seems to have an understanding of the game, which would be derived from a coach's side.
Basketball, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of coaches' kids in basketball
who really do a great job.
They rebound, they make the free throws, steal the basketball, great defenders, but they don't have the skill.
They're positioned in the right place at all times. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Look, at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to win the job, but he's acquitted himself quite nicely. That is the sense that we get. I don't think your quarterback, and it's going to sound strange, has to be the be-all, end-all to run this offense. You'd like him to be good. You'd like him to be accurate. You'd like him to make good decisions. That's true of any quarterback anywhere in any system. But we're going to run the damn ball, man. We're going to spread you out, and we're going to get you to suck up and have to make a play at the line of scrimmage. We're going to throw over the top of you. We're going to get some one-on-ones to the outside, and it's going to work that way. You got two guys with big enough arms to get it done. And I think you've got the requisite skill at those positions that if they catch the ball in space, they'll make some guys miss, and we'll see the big play again.
To continue the point guard analogy, which Walt Bell brought up early in camp, a point guard, if they're doing what they're supposed to do, they aren't the ones that are the leading scorers on a team.
Right. Distributors, yeah.
They distribute. They see the court for what it is. They get the ball where it needs to go on time. And that's what it's like here. I find it interesting, the situation at Oregon where ESPN listed their top 100 players and Justin Herbert was a top 20 player in the country. Okay, I'm interested to see this season if that kid was really that good and really lucked into a good quarterback his first year at Oregon, or if perhaps the system lent itself to Justin putting up astronomical numbers to go along with completion percentage. Because, when you're looking at this situation and you're trying to say, well, what numbers can Blackman or Francois or Hockman put up in this offense? Is it something like Herbert could put up last year where completion percentage is over 70%? That was a big problem for both of those quarterbacks in their respective seasons under Jimbo Fisher. So there's a lot to untangle here at the same time.
In hearing that, I think about the number of big plays on the highlight reel from Oregon a year ago when he did play and how few big plays we had here at Florida State last year. And it's something that I think no matter what question marks we have out there about the level of play we're going to get from the position, it's something that we're going to welcome back. It's going to be frequent because you're going to have tired teams who are out of position, don't get lined up, and lack the requisite skill to run with elite athletes. And so when I keep talking, people ask me all the time, why do you keep telling everybody we're going to see some huge blowouts? This offense combined with skill and a lack of depth from some opponents who just aren't a big-time program and can't recruit to that level lends itself to huge plays, big scoring plays, quick drives, and pinball-like numbers. I think we'll drop 60 on a couple teams this year. I think that's going to happen, and that's why I say that. But the point would be, in Jimbo's offense, you had to be incredibly accurate, and you had to be very good at making decisions at the line of scrimmage and checking into right plays and protections and doing all those things. These guys, whoever it is going to win the starting job here, has to be smart and it has to be, wise with the football and don't risk it. They're going to be throwing to a couple wide open people. They're going to be moments they're throwing it to wide open guys.
Right, and to me, that's the thing without looking and going back and digging up all the tape of Oregon last year. The numbers, we went through them a few weeks back now where we're looking at Herbert's completion percentage, touchdown to interception ratio, the point totals for Oregon in the games that he played versus the games he didn't. His yards per attempt number is high, but if you look at NFL stats, ProFootballReference.com is a great resource for just the blood and guts stats. They also have, beyond just yards per attempt, air yards per attempt. How far down the field on average are you actually throwing the football?
Right.
They chart these things.
Yeah.
I don't think in Willie's offense the air yards per attempt are going to be 7 or 8 yards because we're throwing 7 or 8 yard routes. It's going to be because we're throwing one 20-yard route combined with 1 or 2 2-yard routes, if that makes sense. A couple of bubbles and then a shot down the field. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're living in the curl flat way of offense the way Jimbo would.
A lot of really good articles that a lot of you have sent me or have resided in my inbox that I'm catching up on and on Twitter. And for those of you that follow either myself or Tom or anybody else that cares deeply about FSU football, you'll see these articles out there on the offense that we're going to be running that was run at Oregon, the things that they saw at USF. Enough people have documented these things that you can educate yourself on the aspects of the offense and have fun doing it. And get real excited about it being run here because it is somewhat of the antithesis to what we ran. Every offense can work. It doesn't matter what offense you run. It doesn't. I could run Stanford's offense, and I talked to Mike Bloomgren, the head coach at Rice, who was the offensive coordinator at Stanford the last several years, who's a Tallahassee native, and you'll hear that interview tomorrow. We'll play it for you. It's good stuff. Local kid, went to Florida High, and then broke into coaching by getting a chance as a student assistant with Bobby Bowden. Anyhow, that's a local guy that you may want to follow. Rice went 1-11 last year. He took over that program. They may be terrible, but the point of bringing him up is this. A, I interviewed him. B, Stanford runs the ball down your throat. They want to control the line of scrimmage, the double tights. Here we go, and we're going to run. We're going to be physical. We're going to change the line of scrimmage. We're going to cover you up with our offensive linemen. We'll control clock, and we're going to beat you up. We're going to run you ragged, and then we got to play stout defense. Now, he's going to have a hard time getting the necessary offensive linemen and defensive linemen at Rice initially, but when I talked to him, he said, no, we're going to run the same system. I'll get my guys in due time. That's what I'll do, and that's the system I run. Because I asked him, would you change your system at a place like Rice? Would it be high-flying because you can't get the requisite size? And he goes, no, I run what I run. Doesn't really matter the offense you run. You just got to recruit to it. And I thought that was interesting. It's true. You could run any offense you want and be really successful, but I have to admit I'm ready to see something completely different than I've seen, and this is that.
It is, and it also speaks to that final point. You recruit to your system. Maybe these guys aren't perfect fits, but the system itself has a couple of signature elements that I think extend beyond, which is what Willie said right off the bat. You don't have to be a runner to work in my offense.
No.
You know why? It's because they want to run the ball with tailbacks. They want to run the ball. There is power still involved in this
Tons of power,
offense.
Mostly power. Yeah. It's a physical offense, and it gets twisted by people because they hear tempo and spread, and they think not physical.
They think finesse.
Right. Now, I will tell you there are elements of this offense in the red zone I don't love, but by and large, between the 20s, we're trying to beat you up. granted, we'll spread you out and we're going to run quick, but we're going to run the ball with some guys that'll truck your ass in space.
It's going to be such a big key for this offense this year that you find 2 or 3 receivers on the perimeter that can block with consistency.
I think you got them. You've got some big, strong kids. You can't tell me, is Keith Gavin just never going to really emerge as an elite receiver? Perhaps. He's a big, strong kid that can block for you. Tamarian Terry's a big, lengthy kid.
They're big, but there's a skill to that.
There's no doubt there's a skill to it. Nobody did it better than Lawrence Dossie. Lawrence Dossie was the greatest blocking receiver I ever saw, and he brutalized people. I mean, decleated people. It was fun to. I remember the much younger me watching Lawrence Dossie, and plays wouldn't even be going his way, and I'd see him just destroy people and think that's the way a man plays wide receiver. I loved it. So I'm with you. It's great to see when you have it. Surely somebody's going to engender that. Think about practice and what practice has been and instilling this offense and what they're attempting to do. I think it's probably been frequently mentioned that in order for us to pop big plays and for you to get yours, I better see you out here blocking.
Well, and David Kelly said that in Bradenton a couple of weeks ago when he was available to the press, that it was critical for receivers to do that because you might catch 10 passes a game, but if you're out there for 70 plays, what does that mean you're doing the other 60?
Yeah.
You got to run your routes right to make sure everything is honored. Be ready for the ball when we are running a pass play, but there's a lot of blocking to the perimeter. And if the basis of the offense and, the quarterback, this is where the point guard nature of it comes in because they have to be able to diagnose things quickly as we're running up at a, great pace. If it's going to be dive/inside zone or a bubble to the flat, I mean, at that point, it's almost like an extension of the offensive line that your receivers out there need to be strong enough and apt enough to be able to give a DJ Matthews, Nyquan Murray, Keyshawn Heldon a chance to make one person miss and get out and go.
Problematic, though. Very difficult. If you're listening and you know this, if you've ever tried it, blocking people out in space is a lot different than blocking people in cramped quarters where there's limited options. It is very tough to do so without getting called for holding, reaching, looking as if you're holding, grabbing, those kinds of things.
It's not your specialty,
It's really difficult to do. It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, statements coming at ya, statements coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Yo, this is your cup holder talking. You know me, the little round thing between your car seats. Now, listen, we need to talk. Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right. No Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. Those 60 cents have been freeloading a ride in me for weeks now. I really don't want to be seen like this. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change, it's embarrassing. It's beneath me. Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm round like a bottle of Mountain Dew. Glistening, cold, and delicious. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, so you're never far from that incredible bold citrus kick whenever you need it. just inches from your hand, all snug and secure where it won't tip over or roll under your seat or get hot in the sun. So find a store already. Grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs and put that loose change back in your pocket. That's what pockets are for. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
Tallahassee loves the corner pocket as much as a crystal ball winning catch.
He's looking, he lost it to the end zone. It's Benjamin! Touchdown! With 13 seconds left.
The 97.9 ESPN radio special is a must-have every Monday and Wednesday at the corner pocket. 10 mouth-watering wings, a fresh side of fries, and a chilled domestic pint of beer are just $9.79 all day long. Be sure and try the fish blend of sauces, a true wing eater's favorite. The Corner Pocket Bar and Grill.
He's gone!
Home of Trivia Tuesday, Beer Bingo Thursday, and the daily $7.99 lunch special.
Unexpected guests to entertain? Think of Tasty to Go for every meal. Casserole meal deals include casserole, bread and rolls, and cookies or brownies for dessert. Call 850-893-3752 to place your order or to see what's baking today. All their products are made from scratch right in their store located at 1355 Market Street with quality ingredients by real bakers. Tasty Pastry Bakery, a Tallahassee tradition since 1963.
Garden Gold is hosting 2 autograph sightings at our West Pensacola Street store Sunday, September 2nd, the day before the home opener. The first signing is from 1:30 to 2:30 with FSU's National Championship women's softball head coach Lonnie Alameda, plus infield superstar Jesse Warren. Then get autographs from FSU legends Bobby Bowden, plus Charlie Ward from 5 till 7 p.m. Both sightings are on Sunday, September 2nd, only at Garnet and Gold on West Pensacola Street. See store for autograph signing rules, limits, and details.
I'm tired of reading headlines about corruption and crime in Tallahassee. When I saw Jeremy Matlow wanted to step up to serve our community, I knew he would fight to reduce crime, strengthen local business, and listen to everyone, not just City Hall insiders. I trust Jeremy Matlow. He's a proven business leader who won't waste our tax dollars. Jeremy has always done what's right for Tallahassee. I'm voting for Jeremy Matlow for City Commission.
Political advertisement paid for and approved by Jeremy Matlow, nonpartisan for Tallahassee City Commission, C3.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Wrapping it up, Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio. Braves, Marlins. Oh, I forgot to say probables. We're supposed to do that. I got to let you fade music and hit probables. That's only fair. Tom, do so.
It's time for, how you say, with the pitching, probables?
That is correct. Braves at Marlins. You'll hear that game right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio beginning at now?
Couple minutes.
We're done?
Well, they start at,
7:10.
5 till the top of the hour, so we'll join them in progress.
Got it. Sean Newcomb going to go for the Braves. Alicia Hernandez, 23-year-old rookie with a 1.13 over 8 innings against the Braves and 4 relief appearances in his career. He's been good.
I don't care what he's slugging in AAA. You call him up.
Royals, Rays, Danny Duffy, Tyler Glasnow, the former Pirate, making his 5th start since coming over to the Rays in the trade that sent Chris Archer to the Pirates. Took the loss Saturday in Boston, but did pitch well. Well, at least late. Reds, Cubs, Anthony DeScalfini, Cole Hamels. This will be Hamels' 5th start for the Cubs and his 2nd at Wrigley. The lefty has given up all of 2 earned runs over 25 innings. What in the world? When did you get a 3rd pitch? What's going on here? What happens in Chicago with these guys? Silly, washed-up losers. They get over there, and the next thing you know, they're doing things they never did before.
Did you say 3rd pitch or syringe?
I don't think Cole's on the juice, man. He actually developed a 3rd pitch, or at least found it. A's, Twins, Trevor Cahill, Cole Stewart, but I understand.
Hey,
why.
guys, what's this in Jake's locker? Jake Arrieta's?
It's his old one. We haven't cleaned it up since he left.
Oh.
Didn't take it with him to the Phillies. By the way, that's a look at those that showers out of the bump. That's it. That's all.
I lost you to the summer wind.
You know, I am under the impression as we sign off here that good old Urban Meyer ain't going to make it. the backlash to yesterday's announcement that we've discussed quite a bit, it ain't going well. It's nice to know that there is only so much absurdity that you can present people with before they go, now wait just a minute.
Well, the problem for everybody, especially Ohio State, if you're defending Urban Meyer,
public records requests are killing them.
Well, and when the report came out, I mean,
well, that's because it was public, because they were able then to submit that they wanted to take a look at that,
Sure.
got it back after the press conference was the first time they could see it.
It was always going to be presented, but the press that was assembled there was made to believe it's really
too long, can't do it before the press conference.
60,000 text messages.
It's unbelievable.
It's 23 pages.
And they could have easily done follow-up, and they would have done follow-up on some of the more absurd things they're asking you to digest in that. Good luck, man. And I'm glad that he gambled a legacy on a guy that's a piece of garbage like Zach Smith, and it's going to cost him his reputation forever.
I have to say, too, I watched the SportsCenter coverage of it. We were just watching, catching up on Hard Knocks, and then I saw that there was an 8:50 press conference. So
Did you watch that thing?
I watched that thing, and I have to say that Zubin Mehenti was a stuttering wonder and did an awful job. For somebody who made fun of Jameis Winston for how he couldn't speak.
According to Zubin, yeah.
Yeah, no, this was Zubin on a podcast. He was terrible. He couldn't speak a coherent sentence.
Often is bad, yes. Has been for most of his career.
I mean, if you're going to get at somebody for a dialect thing, when you have a really big chance to break news, the Urban Meyer story, you got to have a little bit more to you, a little bit more chutzpah.
Like when I broke stories on SportsCenter.
Absolutely.
And didn't stutter through it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Amazing. Good work out of you. Good work, Matthew. Be well, everybody. Have a great night. The Braves, they've been kicking ass, kicking the Pirates' ass. Now they'll kick the Marlins' ass. It's an ass-kicking fest next.